Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Salon for All and Voice for All Network Television. I am your host, Khadija Tijan Nabi. And please feel free for share. As the statements come out earlier, and I already don't aware of waiting we can discuss today. Unfortunately, with flyer, obviously they run late, but in I know say the discussion today in a critical and alarming message having to do with the leader and chairman of the ADP political party, Mr.Mohamed Kamarainba MANSARAY. The very first part, it will be a monologue. It will be short one. Excuse me. And then, excuse me, followed by the second part where they get a guest. We're going to give you more detail. And excuse me, they choke small. Do you help me share? And I welcome once again, and they come right back here. And I thank you. Oh, but before I go now, do some announcements. Excuse me. Some of the bats today, then we are being missed out for speak on. Today we get yesterday Mr. Aristo Kamara, if I'm not mistaken, one of we own very own at this platform. We wish you happy birthday. We wish also the man in question today where they can talk about the leader and chairman of the ADP political party, Mr. Mohamed Kamarainba MANSARAY, where himself also be get a birthday in 2 days or so. And we pray that the Almighty continue for hold on up with good health and long life. We also wish we very own Mr. Bai Kamara of the Garden State himself also gets a birthday in 2 days as well. A fine gentleman we serve as a mentor in my life with a very what I would call him unassuming persona. Very, very nice man. We also happen to be the lead of the conflict resolution committee na Salon for All, Voice for All Network Television. We also want wish we son little Mr. Lawrence na United Kingdom. We also himself also gets a birthday the other day, and the husband of Madam Kadi Fresh, we na Madam Kadi we himself na an entrepreneur where I can talk about from time to time on this platform where it gets in African markets back in the United Kingdom where they do very well for the community. And many of you know where I go don't miss out. And forgive me please, we're only human. We also want wish Mr. Korombo of this platform happy anniversary with him and his wife in birthday as well. Would they come in? Please share critical information. Where like I say, I will do force the monologue followed by the exclusive interview, and then I feel free for join if you can acknowledge some of you now. Madam Aminata Kabo, welcome, Madam Aminatu Sanusi, welcome. Mr. Yansane, Nabi Yansane, welcome. Madam Salimatu Vincent, welcome. Madam Mata Sise, welcome. Mr. Samir T, welcome. Or Madam Mr. Eat Super Large, welcome. Madam Asanatu Sanusi once again. Good evening, darling. Welcome. The wonderful Mr. Truson J, welcome, darling. Welcome. Madam Patricia Simbi, welcome. The wonderful Mr. Islam, welcome, sir. Welcome. Madam Juliet T, welcome. Hello, the wonderful Miss Anne-Marie, Belgium in the house. Welcome, Madam. Madam Aisha Sise, welcome. Madam Marian Suma, welcome. Mr. Ras, R-A-S, Ablux, welcome. Thank you so much. I'm humbled by your kind words. We get a lot of things for say. Do you please and help me share. Amen. God bless you as well. Salute, madam. Salute. Yeah. I not go promise say I not go cry, but Now, a very, very sensitive and critical topic. At the come, some of the things that what they can share now, one of which, when they been sit down with me last July 5th of this year, where we been get an exclusive interview with this man, Madam Naomi Conte. Welcome, Madam. Welcome. Madam Josephine Mbete. Welcome, Madam. Madam Khadija Barry. Welcome. I love you right back, Madam. Thank you for your kind words. Thank you for your kindness. So, having said that, make a pause, make a play some of that. Now we reminisce about this fine man from my own perspective and certain things that what they can deliver to now. Now we continue for pray for we beloved Mama Salon. Now we continue for pray for democracy. Now we continue for pray that God give we leaders them a heart of, I don't know how to put some humanitarian hearts, a heart where go remind them say they're servants of the Almighty. Once again, at the pause now, so they come back. Mr. Francis Lamin Kamara, welcome, sir. Welcome. They come here. Thank you so much, Madam Anne-Marie. God bless. They come back.
Listen something to the story, man, a long thing. No mention nothing, cause I want to see the right thing. I see a beauty queen, she pass right by me. The way she look at me, she want to tell me something. Bring her closer, make her hear what she wants to clear. Take them slowly, girl, you too fine, you go kill me. You too fine like thing to eat, girl. You soft like thing to sleep on. But love not the me portion. Famous. Girl, the way you give me this love, can I make it? The way you show me this love, can I make it? You can give me too much. You can make it. You can give me bad guy, they are so. Lord of mercy, famous. Listen something to the story, man, a long thing. No mention nothing. Bad guy, they are so. Lord of mercy, famous. Listen something to the story, man, a long thing. No mention nothing, cause I want to see the right thing. I see a beauty queen, she pass right by me. The way she look at me, she want to tell me something. Bring her closer, make her hear what she wants to clear. Take them slowly, girl, you too fine, you go kill me. You too fine like thing to eat, girl. You soft like thing to sleep on. But love not the me portion. Famous. Girl, the way you give me this love, can I make it? The way you show me this love, can I make it? You can give me too much. You can make it. You can give me bad guy, they are so. Lord of mercy, famous. Listen something to the story, man, a long thing. No mention nothing. Bad guy, they are so. Lord of mercy, famous. Listen something man a long thing. No mention nothing, cause I want for say the right thing. I see a beauty queen, she pass right by me. The way she look at me, she want for tell me something. Bring her closer, make her hear what you want to clear. Take them slowly, girl you too fine, you go kill me. You too fine like thing to eat, girl. You soft like thing to sleep on. But love not give me portion. Famous. Girl, the way you give me this love, can I make it? The way you show me this love, can I make it? You can give me too much. You can make it. Bad guy, they are so. Lord of mercy, famous. Listen something to the story, man a long thing. No mention nothing, cause I want for say the right thing. I see a beauty queen, she pass right by me. The way she look at me, she want for tell me something. Bring her closer, make her hear what you want to clear. Take them slowly, girl you too fine, you go kill me. You too fine like thing to eat, girl. You soft like thing to sleep on. But love not give me portion. Famous. Girl, the way you give me this love, can I make it? The way you show me this love, can I make it? You can give me too much. You can make it. You can give me bad guy, they are so. Lord of mercy, famous. Listen something to the story, man a long thing. No mention nothing, cause I want for say the right thing. I see a beauty queen, she pass right by me. The way she look at me, she want for tell me something. Bring her closer, make her hear what you want to clear. Take them slowly, girl you too fine, you go kill me. You too fine like thing to eat, girl. You soft like thing to sleep on. But love not give me portion. Famous. Girl, the way you give me.
Welcome to Salon for All and Voice for All Network Television. Now welcome. Madam Asana Jalo, welcome, Madam. Madam Fatimata N, welcome. Madam Team Boku, welcome. Madam Fantasia, welcome. The wonderful Madam Kadi, welcome. Madam Josephine, I'm Betsy, welcome once again. Madam Asia Tutsise, welcome. Mr. Abdullah Kalon, welcome. Madam Metsu Bundu, and I welcome once again. Welcome once again to Salon for All and Voice for All Network Television. I am your host, Khadija Tsijan Nabi. Very, very sensitive topic. Let me start first. Once again, for wish the leader and chairman of the ADP political party a happy birthday. May not be as happy as you may want to celebrate him, but remember that anything or any side we God wants you na day. and I believe say it gets reason for all. When it comes to being an activist, I believe say welcome, Mr. or Madam Keep Cool Koji, welcome. Mr. Sanko Abubakar, welcome. Okay. So once again, um, like I say, when it comes to activism, when it comes to um, the female population or child, anything having to do with picking them, of course, I can say that with humility that I love picking them to begin with. And when it comes to anything having to do with things of concern, when it comes to, in the case of whether it's statutory rape or whatever the case may be, that's something we always speak against. Now this platform strongly against. And one of the individual where they discussed today, and one of the person we know me passion for dancing and they, and on a personal base when it comes to communication, this na man, I can always say this na man we make and clear say is strongly they against big man then where they do that. You understand? I believe say this particular topic we not for take them lightly. There are a lot of things that way I want to bring to the table because we platform like the name implies me on specific show. Now the critical thinking talk show. We always want to think beyond waiting than they present to we. We also want to question certain things that we're not for be just comfortable with certain things them and run with it. We're not for just sit down and label somebody when it comes to something as that critical of accusing the person, whether it's statutory rape, a single call or rape in general. If anybody from a woman point of view, of course, I know I should say I go we all go attest say or agree say we can always date towards the woman them as a feminist, we always date towards the woman or the girl's child. That is fact. But at the same time again, no be careful, no afraid God. This we get a habit in that country they're wearing. We are so quick to conclude, we're so quick to label somebody without following the due process. You understand? We listen to one audio. We're not kind of like critically think how come that audio they happen. Was it at a time of distress, or was it at a time maybe the person was just annoyed, or whatever the case may be? We just conclude say, oh, this person is automatically guilty. No, be very careful. Sometimes they we would conclude in advance without we not wait. We they get more sin than the person when they accuse. So now be very, very careful. Like I say, I define them very, very difficult. For now, I believe say this man do it in and they put and say he do. Like I say, this na person way I don't they talk to on a professional level and on a personal level. Where like I say, anytime if I call for a honor an interview, this na the person way I believe say we so quick for what's like say Hosanna crucify and back, and we would say Hosanna and we would say crucify at the same time. This person don't make and clear say he's not one of those individual. He believes say woman and Boku why for deal with picking them. I don't want to appear say like for say they defend, but there's a lot of things that we questionable about this particular thing. But before I go into all the detail, the thing we're more critical at the moment, even here in the United States, or I believe say even in Europe or United Kingdom, anywhere in the world, one thing we they always value na human rights. Elect somebody don't they under the category of the worst crime ever when it comes to the health. When it comes to the health, not in right. Meaning, I don't care how much of trouble they are. If they're not well, they're not well. In the case of Dr. Sylvia Olanka Blyden, and I can recall, I've been get an emergency broadcast at some point where even they detain them, where in lawyer been concerned about symptoms of pneumonia. As much as you may want to hurt a person. Now we take the crime out of the equation, but we this the sad thing where they hurt we country, and this is the reason why I they always make emphasis with they take and right now some of we they see some of we Sierra Leoneans them then they celebrate the pain of their fellow Sierra Leonean. In the case of I they try me namesake I they try for hold tears back, so hence the reason why they try for like move around there, you know. And they try for be strong. In the case of wherein they not share the same political party, then they celebrate, say, oh yes, then for detain them. In the case of this man too, where then get the nickname say Bobo for a month. You understand? I always get respect for somebody where they call things by their name. Where it be say they're not afraid much a man, you understand, a God and they serve, you understand, and then they give constructive criticism, they know they pada label or how you call them, sing and praise type of thing. You get me? So for that I respect Mr. Mohamed Kamarainba MANSARAY. The one will go stay silent and be dangerous. I rather get still how they speak and not in mind, and I know how to roll with that individual. You understand? So, like I say, one thing where every human being gets right to, na the one human rights, regardless of if whether an active man now, or whether an a sex offender now, or you name it. If somebody not well, then get right for medical treatment. This interview, this individual, why they can't interview later, we don't set this about a month or so ago, and I've been get for cancel. Fast forward to a couple days back, I've been get critical concerns where I not pull out in the open about Mr. Kamarainba before even he go to court. And I now want to go into the detail. It gets an underlying in critical condition where it is suffer with right now, where a physician make and clear say it need medical attention, it need prescription. From your understanding, even the prescription where they give now being expired drugs. Then in a one, come out spadani now it go na court. When it go na court, it go pass out. Okay? It go pass out and take into the hospital. Up to now when I speak, like I can say I'm not one, and then they try for rush and can't talk. No, because for say oh I mean at the first. No, I like forget things in detail. So when I speak here, I don't say I need to give any misinformation or lie or no. I want to speak with authority. Then rush him to a hospital where I not go and talk either. If the person where they come in decide for talk, say the hospital fine. Of course when he go is see ER doctors. But up to this blessed day, that man is in critical condition. He's weak and not able for eat much. Up to this blessed day, there is no blood work way then supposed for giam where they don't give yet. In other words, the prescription way for say, let them do X, Y, and Z. Like where they will get small exposure na the medical background. Then get some told and say CBC, complete blood count, or whatever the case may be, and different things then what they get for do supposed for do for see waiting at the underlying problem. Like I say prior to all this way go faint or you go pass out in a court. If it already gets underlying medical problem, we then send for the doctor prescribe medication for again, I not go and disclose, even though the information was given to me. You understand? I just want to understand, because if we take things like this lightly, because in a sena bobona for a month, because it not belong na APC or SLPP, because in day na ADP, we not look and say na we on brother under the soil, and then the other political party come, this continue, na a sad case for we nation. And not fair, and not correct, and not right. I don't care how much you hate him. I don't care how much disagreements it don't get. We not perfect. One thing I know about this man, he get good heart. It don't give back to we community. It don't give back to we country. For that, he left now, so he get in profession at a young age. and I get some video them from we past interview where they talk about in him and in goal and in objective for Sierra Leonean, especially the youths them. This not a man where it be say it don't build school free of no charge from your money. That interview there in a go back again July 5th. He explain as to how he gets in money. Where it be say he work hard, he sell some hostel at this country, buy and sell and renovate or rent them. You understand me? He go back again, he give to a nation. Some people then they say, oh yes, they don't give, I'm fine. When you love somebody, you they try for, this is another thing. Now we left, now we community. Now we only community this way, be say you go come, you say, okay, now I can give Khadija $5. Then the whole world you get for begin tell and say, oh yes, by the way, 1935, now me be help him because I be the help and campaign. They did that type of embarrassment to this man. I'm not saying it's perfect, but just like how we then are so, if we believe in Obama, then we're not billionaire or millionaire. Then they send we email say if you want donate $5, $1, $2. When you do that, whether they lose or not, you don't give them sincerely. We don't give them, we don't donate to them. You understand? If you go take an eye, go build us now, you go build school, you know me so for come back again for say, hey Obama, that us the way go billion there, now we put that money. If the intention is good. I'm not saying it's perfect, it don't hurt some people them, fine. But we must learn how to forgive. And excuse me quick, I get interruption. One second, please. I come right back, please. I'm sorry.
Lord of mercy, famous. Listen something to the story, man, a long thing. No mention nothing, cause I want to see the right thing.
I apologize again. I'm back. So like I say, if we decide forgive Obama or Clinton $1, $2, $5, you understand? You give somebody, oh, go for me. Oh, you go begin there. Oh, yes, now we be help and self, this and that. It if me money, this and that, it's not nice. If your brother hurt you or your sister hurt you, if you like somebody, you really they help them. Let God bless you, not use your mouth again for pull you blessing or begin to talk down on that person there. If even this man hurting her and in a brother, no matter what, and I don't know, and I might be up today and in I be on there at some point for help and financially through in campaign, but in I don't know what how instead go helping her tomorrow. We should not celebrate the downfall of anybody where it comes to we being brothers and sisters of that soil. Before this thing happened, this man gets a call where they promise and say they go set her up. For in I will not know. And like I say, many they can also play games. Because I get fairness of God. And they make sure say I do me research, I do me interview them. You understand me? We are not go disclose any name before I come and speak to you now. They will don't make that threat there to this man. And what to make I believe that the same time where I mean they get some attack, they also surface a picture of a young lady who have been on interviewing at this platform. They talk saying I get business with Miss Dr. Samura. And right after where that incident they happen with that man there, then obviously they give a signal saying I'm Dr. Samura and I'm the next. This is very evil of we as Sierra Leonean. We are very evil. If somebody is guilty of something, fine. But not try for dragging down. Like I said, this man, he don't build school in gold and he aim now for make sure say he creates an employment for the youth them. If you now go back again, I go try for reshare that thing. Then I listen to waiting to be in aims and he even talk and also say he don't try say you know need nothing for the government. Let them just take that school day and approve them and he give them free for them they use that school day. He say don't try now so you cannot lose hope. I believe say them go approve that school day because now good now you intention obviously good for the country. He do all them thing and they. This man before even they sit down at this platform, I go all over good that they know him locally. I ask about what they do, how will they contribute to a nation. And not just they can also and give accolade. No, that's not the point. I they go and do me few assignments before I conclude. Yes, he's bold, he's upfront, he called things by his name, by their name. Now, in the person where they come, it give accolade where it's due, and then it also condemn where it's due. And in it they say not only on the political line, it also talk, it also do even the then president a challenge and say, just imagine as young as he is bold, he has the audacity for say, at the come me go be the next president. It decide for left everything in America. They say Nazi, you know, they did not be in this political party. It challenged them back. It go set up in your political party. Wherever the then presidents do wrong or a weak, they talk about it. The same thing with this president. So why now? And even make another same interview day. It said when presidents be in there as opposition, they call and they commend them of what they do to the then president, Dr. Ines Baikoma. It said now we're in they now opposite. Obviously, it'll be a challenge. Why? How can we stop this dirty politics and look at the bigger picture? The same crime where they allege say this man do, it's a lot of iffy business on this thing. They say a lot of people then way maybe obviously they might be guilty of this crime. Then they go then they grant them bail. But why not this man? I can clearly recall where this thing happened. I call and question and over and over and over again. Are you guilty, sir? Maybe that was too strong and too bold. But again, at the end of the day, I want to make sure say I get them from the horse's mouth and I want to just conclude. It say, hey, Khadija, I'm not that type of person. I'm not. I say, I just want to make clarity and I'm sorry if I hurt you, but at the end of the day, and I know say you don't speak strongly to me against those type of things. So once I hear, hence the reason why I decide for call and get clarity from your end. I say, okay, do you want me to conduct an interview, whether it's phone interview or live interview? Say no, not at this time. I say I don't call is it Contara? I don't forget the name of the town. I don't call the police station for asking say if I need for coming or if there's any reports there. They say no, not at this time. It says so. With that said, I they wait for and hold on to him, but when I'm ready, I go make sure say I'll let you know. Unfortunately, would I call him or not call him? It decide for go ahead with an interview. That interview, they now other people then they how them they interpret them. But we cannot conclude say, oh, because of this X, Y, and Z, we go say yes, he's guilty 100% or this and that. No, be very careful and be slow to judgment. Even when they say, okay, left, whatever the case, they say, Khadija, I'm going to face the law because I know me hand clean. I'm not guilty. I am going to face the law. I'm not going anywhere. It decides say it drive in safe or it gets a drive away, drive them in for now it go give statement. Upon the statement now then hold them. Now be careful what will they celebrate. This man now another people picking. This man he don't suffer for salon. You understand? Me inside me heart, I know say me how you call them, me gut feeling that they lie to me. I trust and believe that, and based on me own investigation, except I go be wrong later on, this man is not guilty of waiting and the try for put param. So if the other one and they get bail, how come he's not getting bail? And also before he go fancy and that there was underlying medical concern from a physician where also give him medication from that thing like I say where I don't want to talk the detail. How come they not honor this man? They not put prioritizing health and human rights for them to go and get medical treatment. Come out Spadande back again, and then at this place, then limits the people then where they go fenam, or almost impossible not for Siam. So Sierra Leonean, for now I know, Mr.Mohamed Kamarainba MANSARAY, we go remember in prayer. He's not doing well. He's in critical condition. He's weak. He's not able to eat well. Now we not celebrate such pain, especially if this man is not guilty. We don't also know, say, the prosecutor, there's also a conflict of interest here, where I get for know based on the investigation. Conflict of interest in the sense that the prosecutor, where they hold this case, it don't not also a member of the Madam First Lady in a non-profit organization when I hands off our girls. It don't cross-examine 11 people them with no substantial evidence where will say this man is guilty. Why are we playing dirty politics? Like I say, they don't call this man in advance before this thing they happen. Other folks, they don't pull ugly videos where they don't do again per another individual will be done lost in life. Ugly videos for make this man as if he's guilty before even following the due process. Is that fair? We don't hear all these rumors even about we sitting president. For say, oh, he's guilty of X, Y, and Z, so on and so forth. Yeah? But did the then president do the same thing what they do to this man? I don't look at party line. I don't care if it's ADP. I do not care. I care that it's not right, it's not fair, and that we for stop this vicious cycle. I don't care what political party or whether he's the leader of X, Y, and Z. But I do know that it's not fair as to how they treat this man and that of any other opposition. If God say, the example of we sitting presidents now, if God say Mr. Kamarainba MANSARAY, the leader and chairman of the ADP political party, go be the next president of the Republic of Sierra Leone, it go be. And not go there as opposition forever. So can you imagine it come as a president, then him begin do the same thing to we fellow Sierra Leonean? We go like this? His Excellency the President, Salon they cry a whole lot. You there in the position for put an end to this cry. My own suggestion, any opposition, whether it's ADP, APC now, the one they were detained now, the one they were they deliberately they hold them, whether they try for dismiss the case they were not guilty of. You get that power for say, now we stop all this, we free them people there, so now we start a clean page. This is not right and not healthy for our country and not fair. And some of the folks who I talk to, then they look and say now it's not even about the case. Then they worry about say, what is it that they're going to do with his health? And that's critical. Now play one or two things and for from we past show where this man be they talk about in hope in him in objective and the things that we want to accomplish for Mama Salon, but especially the youth them. And then also we get some way now like protest from people them where they locally. Some of you now go don't see them here, some of you now not go see it. But like I said, now just kind of like taking it back to some of the shows them where I think one of the recent one when on July 5th, 2020, if I'm not mistaken, where I've been get an exclusive interview with him. And they come right back, yeah.
Ministers there, that this honorable and this country here, why for pay us rent? You tell me in America, whose senator or whose secretary of state whether they pay us rent for? They're not there. Like salary you don't go pay your host, but yeah, they pay for them every year us rent. All this money I'm going to cut down. Instead of 70% money what they use, I try for pagan to at least 40%. So the 60% go there for development, where they go directly to the people. Because yeah, about 70 to 80%, and then they eat the money. Reached that point, and I was there. I was standing next, soldier to be the next president of Sierra Leone. I think to me, na Penacole, anybody go dream about. We no go achieve, but I achieve it, and by God in power, no say that God will delay them. But Khadija, let God give you long life and everybody. But one day in Sierra Leone, they're going to be President Mohamed Kamarainba MANSARAY. Mark my one of them.
So if you become the next president of the Republic of Sierra Leone, what will be some of the things then, the first few then where you go put as priority for you go accomplish, where go be in the interest of the masses? What are those things? Where you go
now, the first thing are the money.
Okay.
Khadija, the economy, we get plenty of money in this country. Over 70% of the money they go towards paying salaries, buy motorcade, pension, benefits, travel allowance for ministers, president, vice president, directors. Over 70% of it. So I want to cut them out. Why we need an $80,000 Land Cruiser for minister? Why I not go buy 40,000 for runner, brand new one? Why we save $40,000 out of that money? Can you imagine? 8-cylinder Land Cruiser. Why we need a $80,000? Why I not go buy $40,000 or $45,000 Toyota 4Runner? Then a one first way we go for Concord. The two, why me on presidency? I for pay us rent about $7,000-8,000 to each minister, deputy ministers there. Now this honorable and this country here. Why for pay us rent? You tell me in America, whose senator or whose secretary of state they pay us rent for? They're not there. Now his salary you go pay your cost, but yeah, they pay for them every year us rent. All this money. Guess what? That's when I already there. When I don't get a running mate as a woman, not me. Nobody else. So then if like any other side, I don't quite it. Then we talk about education. I said, but we get a former head of state, Marabio. We get a former finance minister and foreign minister, Samura. We get a former vice president, Sam Sumana. We get a former Yumkela, former minister of trade, and all of that. When all them be all the UN boss, all the job they do. Non-policy elections. During those elections, I never join none.
Yeah.
I never endorse none. And I keep me what? The election happens. Because if they say not going to be like another Mohamed Bambura, I just say no, I not going to ever be. And I prefer die. I prefer I never politics. Yeah. Guess what? That's when I already there. When I don't get a running mate as a woman, not me. Nobody else. So then if like any other side, I don't quite it. Then we talk about education. I said, but we get a former head of state, Marabio. We get a former finance minister and foreign minister, Samura. We get a former vice president, Sam Sumana. We get a former Yumkela, former minister of trade, and all of that. When all them be all the UN boss, all the job they do. Non-pound and not build school. Me, Kamarainba, the only one who don't build school among them, and I'm not get somebody now. And what are practical than me? Then we come back, we talk about corruption, the fight against corruption and transparency. What I declare I said openly on all now, nobody knows what. What I do on me. So that debate, and when no more people in Sierra Leone said, I was the only one that resonates, make people know what I talk about, and but those people that nobody get them because of the color. But I know some people that don't learn the mistakes, and we move on as a thing, but it didn't give me a sense of fulfillment. Say that dream I will get 2013 when I return home is achievable that night. And at that night I know say I achieve everything I want. I win and not win, I don't achieve and done.
Wonderful.
So I think that I believe in there I will get because for reach that stage.
Wonderful.
Elections. During those elections I never join none.
Yeah.
I never endorse none. And I keep me what? The election happens. Because if they say not going to be like another Mohamed Bambura, I just say no, I not going to ever be. And I prefer die. I prefer I take little injection. I'm not taking over.
No.
So, and I did it. Now the election don't know. And so if I need for think another way as a leader, I go for listening to what the people want. Because me no one can be a leader way to push people and what me want me ego. So after the election, I go back ask back the people and now okay, I don't try this. What should I want to do? And I they can do so. If they tell me say go APC, I will go APC. If they say go SFP, I will go SFP. So I go for but the my own determination, the last election, I say it's over my dead body. I will not endorse, I will not join either of those two parties, and I'll not do until the election done.
Wonderful. So now we go about the experience as the presidential debates. You being the youngest there and bold enough for stand against the seasoned politicians then.
I know, like I said, I mean, I'll be the only practical debater where I'm glad to be.
Lord of mercy, famous. Listen something to the story, man, a long thing. No mention nothing, cause I want to say the right thing. I see a beauty queen, she pass right by me. The way she look at me, she want to tell me something. Minute closer, make I hear you what you want to clear. Take them slowly, girl, you too fine, you go kill me. You too fine like thing to eat, girl. You soft like thing to sleep on. But love not the me portion. Famous. Girl, the way you give me this love, can I make it? The way you show me this love, can I make it? You can give me too much. You can make it. You can give me bad guy, they are so. Lord of mercy, famous. Listen something to the story, man, a long thing. No mention nothing. Bad guy, they are so.
And I welcome back, and I thank you for your patience. I will get to guests in shortly. Like I've been detailing now, and I'll read some of the comments before I go into other detail them. Mr. Islam, as long as he was bold in his criticism against this evil government, they will grant him bail. I guess they will not grant him bail, you're trying to say, even at the point of death. Okay, that's right, unfortunate. Thank you for your input. Khadija, time and justice will be there for him. Mother is a jealous, blah, 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 blah. Thank you, madam. And the sitting VP is walking freely with AIDS contaminating his very own people, going to the extreme claim someone else's child just to cover, blah, blah, blah. Okay. It's so sad. This is one of, like, hi Iman, how are you there? Madam Alimatu Kamara, welcome. Very sad what is going on with him. Very sad again, someone life they are playing with. Absolutely. Madam Zainab Sharif Bangura, welcome, madam. It's a very sad scenario indeed. May God bless you, sis. Well, Amen. Thank you, Mr. Yusuf Sanko. Thanks for your kind words. Mr. Johnson, Mike, did I hear you say clean page? When other people do the same thing, what should we do? Okay, so what he says that if somebody if even somebody is guilty. Walaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Mr. Abdul Kawa Korma. Welcome, sir. Welcome. Mr. Johnson, for answer his statement, Mike Johnson. Okay, let's say, hypothetically speaking, let's say somebody did the worst crime ever. They are guilty or whatever the case may be. One right where you cannot take from anybody, not a human right. Yeah? The case come secondary. The health come first as a priority if the intention is good. You understand? And if, let's just say, you put yourself in your situation, somebody call you prior for tell you say, we go must give you case because you're not possible with the talk boku until you need the stuff for talk about the president. Then later on, that's come into passing. You understand? How you go feel? You get me? And all the in 1 second, it seemed like the person where for join, and they come on, they come right back, guys. Thanks.
Bad guy, they are so Lord have mercy, famous. Listen something to the story, man, a long thing. No mention nothing, cause I want to say the right thing. I see if you
Tina journalist, they allow they decide. Snap.
Mama Saloni watch the begin the die. Mama Saloni watch the begin the die. No, police, Mama Saloni watch.
Yes, sir.
You no get man to talk show.
No, I know what you they talk so, but when you say if now you get man give Kamarainba, you
married.
Yes.
But the post through them girl. Take man like that, they go pork pitch.
Yeah, let you see. Now so they say. Right now the man not well. Now cut it off for them.
Now politics.
Yes.
Like Paulo Conte.
Okay.
Yes, thank you, sir.
Elections. During this election, I never joined none.
Yeah.
I never endorsed none. And I keep me what the election happens. Because if they say not going to be like another Mohamed Kamarainba, I say no, I'm not going to ever be. And I prefer die. I take little injection. I'm not going to open over.
No.
So, and I did it. Now the election done. And so if I need for think another way as a leader, I go for listening to what the people want. Because me know I can be a leader way to push people and not what me want me ego. So after the election, I go back and ask back the people and now okay, I don't try this. What should I want to do? And I they can do so. If they tell me say go APC, I will go APC. If they say go SFP, I will go SFP. So I go for but the me own determination, the last election, I say it's over my dead body. I will not endorse, I will not join either of those two parties, and I'll not do until the election done.
Wonderful. So now we go about the experience as the presidential debates. You being the youngest there and bold enough for stand against the seasoned politicians then.
I know, like I said, I mean, I'll be the only practical debater. I'm glad to be.
Kamarainba must free. 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 Kamarainba must free.
Kamarainba must free.
Kamarainba must free. Kamarainba must free. Kamarainba must free. Yeah, Kamarainba not on a peace. Kamarainba not on a peace, yeah. When I tell them that is bad politics there. Now bad politics there in this country. Political witch hunt. Political witch hunt. Kamarainba must free. Kamarainba not on a peace. Kamarainba is sober past themselves. It's sober past them. Kamarainba is sober past them. Kamarainba is sober past them first. Kamarainba not on a peace. Not on a peace. Kamarainba must free. Kamarainba not a rapist. Not a rapist though. Kamarainba for free. Kamarainba for free. Na lie una dey pa. Una dey eat the go country money. Kamarainba no for talker. And Kamarainba is the talker. Kamarainba is the talker. Una dey eat the country money. Is the talker. Anyhow, Kamarainba would talk the truth. Kamarainba na for in true, made the lie pana so. Na lie the lie pana. Na lie. Kamarainba na lie the lie pana.
Kamarainba was free.
For free. Kamarainba for free.
Tell the best minister all over.
All over, you know, bro. Kamarainba, na lie they lie pana. Na lie they lie pana. The man has also called from everywhere. They want left the man. They didn't make call no more. He call no more all where anywhere na call no more. Then they call the magistrates no more for tell us say no left far. Na lie they lie pana.
Lord of mercy, famous. Listen something.
Yeah. Most man in the building. Like a dawn. Election number 1.
Lord of mercy, famous. Listen something to the story, man, a long thing. No mention nothing, cause I want to say the right thing. I see a beauty queen, she pass right by me. The way she look at me, she want to tell me something. Me closer, make I hear you what you want to clear. Take them slowly, girl, you too fine, you go kill me. You too fine like thing to eat, girl.
And I welcome back. I mean, just decide for now bring in we guest for today. One of the individual them way I don't talk to, but not necessarily who side they get me source from, but I want do a live interview with Tam where Ingo give me more detail about the leader and chairman of the ADP political party. Mr. Mfaji, if you can kindly welcome, sir. I know say about 4 weeks back or more, we don't plan for now we come on live, but because of one or two things, we've been get for postponed. Say to this point, can you kindly adjust your camera to the point of like almost you looking at your nose, and then now we start the process, sir. If you can bring a condom a little bit, sir.
Andrea, come please.
And that said, now just take another quick break back with the camera right back.
Lord of mercy, famous. Listen something to the story, man, a long thing. No mention nothing, cause I want to say the right thing. I see a beauty queen, she pass right by me. The way she look at me, she want to tell me something. Me closer, make I hear you what you want to clear. Take them slowly, girl, you too fine, you go kill me.
And I welcome back once again. I thank you for your patience. Welcome, sir. Please take this opportunity for introduce yourself, and I will launch to today's interview. Thank you.
Good evening, Madam Khadija. Nina Fajikaba, Nina, the National Deputy Chairman for the Alliance Democratic Party. And I welcome all Swellonians and viewers internationally and back home here, where they actually follow this issue about we leader, the chairman and leader of the Alliance Democratic Party, Mr.Mohamed Kamarainba. So I thank you very much and the Swellion network where they run for giving this opportunity for let we actually talk to people in the international community on the status of we leader.
Thank you so much, sir. Welcome, and thank you for honoring the invitation. I know say we for don't link up about 4 weeks or 6 weeks back, but God time is always the best. For the one that we're not familiar with the ADP political party, can you kindly give me a background on that before we go into the nitty-gritty of today?
Well, the Alliance Democratic Party, initially we started as a movement. That was in 2013. And of course, by then we had the previous government, we had the All People's Congress Party. So it took us over a year because actually the concept of this political party, we started in US, America. So fortunately for us, we can decide to get a vibrant leader, outspoken, and somebody we don't actually show concern for this country when Mr.Mohamed Kamarainba MANSARAY. So it can, and when it can as alone, eventually, to be candid enough, Mohamed did think, say, okay, in them day with the APC party, and they will try to make it see how best it will bring about transformation or reforms. So eventually that not happen, but we didn't get an option with Plan B. If the APC allowed Kamarainba for let he actually as a member participate in this transformation of the party, that's fine. Other than that, we decide, say, well, we will get for establish and register our own political party. But according to PPRC, we start from a movement. So we started there from a movement, and eventually it came to a point where we therefore get we own constitution, we get legal team, we assemble a legal team, and we go through the process. We eventually will register them as a political party sometime in 2015 to 16. So from then on, everybody known at this country and outside say, Kamarainba MANSARAY, it don't be the voice for the people, even with the previous government. At some point, this is not the first time, Khadija, if some people don't know, say, Kamarainba, they don't detain her not once, twice, about outspokenness, where it puts the people and the country in interest, before it always advocate for the people in right, for the people in for the well-being of the Israelis. So even with the past regime, he was arrested and then detained, he go court Nashegema, So eventually this not to meet into people, but that's how we started, and up to this day, even with this current government, he has been a serious, not only a critic, constructive and objective critic, as long as it's something that has to do with the concern of the Salone people, their welfare, their political rights, their human rights, whatever is happening. So he has been there as a voice for the voiceless in the country, especially in the political arena. So this is where we are today. We don't try, and we still they fight for the people of Sierra Leone. We own party alliance like other political parties within the opposition. So we don't do that, and now we get to this point.
Make we go 10 steps backwards. Now we go back to the then administration of Dr. Ines Baikorma. If you can recall, what's the reason as to why they detained him at that time, the 2 times them where he been experienced that detention?
Well, under the previous regime of Dr. Ines Baikorma, now one time he faced detention. Under this present regime, he don't get invited to the CID twice. The first time, then taken, but coming back to the previous government, then arrest him on the basis say he didn't get in possession small arms. We not register, we not get line, but that was a stun gun. Stun gun and something where just they shock somebody, they kill him because Mohammed not believe in violence and for carry arms all over the place. Now people's person. So if they just get this thing where now just a shocker for keep somebody away. So now on that basis, the enemy say they arrest them on that ground.
So they may how that case they go, they may eventually let them loose?
Well, he appeared court 1 or 2 times at court, then eventually they may detain and then they left him. But at the end of the day, then he get for exonerator because there was not sufficient evidence for support her.
Okay.
So the case then close her and then release her. Yeah.
Okay. Now we go back again to that particular incident. At any time when they be detained during the then administration, it mean suffer any form of illness, like any medical concern at that time?
No.
None.
He was well treated with dignity. But just that even they now an isolated place, when they put you in a cell, definitely nobody not go on for daily. That's that. But besides that, I don't remember a report to me, by then and now say he didn't get for face any ill treatment or immune treatment while he been under detention.
Okay, so no concern of human rights violation.
No concern of health, no concern of maltreatment, no concern of abuse.
Okay, during the then administration.
During the then administration, yes.
Okay, so now before we go into the nitty-gritty of what they go on now, I want to know you describe them for you wouldn't work with them on a personal level or a work-related relationship. How you go define Mr.Mohamed Kamarainba MANSARAY?
Besides me defining him because I don't be in close touch with him. Now with private life and on the official capacity as chairman and leader. One thing where everybody know Mohamed Kamarainba about. In fact, during the election, since I'm a young man, and at the first young man, we don't come, we outrightly they criticize even the previous government and this present government. Some people household name, Kamarainba is a household name, and some people they look at and say, Kamarainba, they say Bobo for him up. Meaning that in literal sense, now possible not afraid for talk truth. It is speak, it is say truth to power. And like I tell you, one thing about Mohammed is so much concern about the people, is so much concern about the abuse of power in this country that no matter the situation under whichever derisive situation where you try to put her, as long as he comes to the attention of Mohamed Kamarainba MANSARAY, he is outspoken. He will say the truth. And the interesting thing about it, why he gets so much followers, is that when he make in case, he back up with facts, either by documents or from reliable sources. So not only kind of person where they just come out no more and talk because he want for talk. No. Why are they say the people of this country actually appreciate Kamarainba and waiting in the talk, the truth, and where they challenge? He outspoken, he address the issues of national concern, national character, the welfare, the well-being, especially the youth, who represent them, is that ADP, the Alliance Democratic Party, are one of the youngest political parties in this country. During the last elections, besides SLPP and APC, which are the two traditional parties, if you look at the voting pattern, C for C with 8 representatives in parliament, the voting was done by regional, based on tribe and regional. Then NGC, it was also based on regional and tribe. But with ADP, we come fifth nationally among 17 registered political parties. And I can tell you this for free. If not told because of some flaws and malpractices during the last election, I'm pretty sure that say ADP was surprised not only Salon but the world, because we did a fantastic job and we came fifth. So that will tell you say the leadership of this party, the people of this country appreciate them because we stand for the truth, we stand for the rights of the people. They try to see where we can have checks and balances. More or less, we young party under the leadership of Mohamed Kamarainba MANSARAY can end up to be the eye and the ears of the people. We talk for them. When we hear something, we do findings, we do the investigation, and definitely the leader, Mohamed Kamarainba MANSARAY, they address this. So there is no biasness or say it is side one of these traditional parties. No, he has been the fiercest critic of the past regime. And guess what? There is a very good, healthy relationship between Mohamed Kamarainba MANSARAY and the former president, Dr. Anes Baikoroma. Even when they opposed and criticized objectively and constructively, there was that kind of respect, mutual respect among them. You see, between them. And there was no cause for let Anes give chance or say the powers that be will say abuse this person in rights, in human rights. No, he never experienced that kind of thing under the past regime.
Thank you, sir, for your clarity. And I want to go now to the alleged case. I want to give we detail of how this come about, this alleged case.
Well, you see, sometimes they say when somebody kind, where you care and concern for the welfare, the well-being of other people. Sunday it can turn good by you, Sunday it can turn bad. Now that's not the situation. Anybody before the elections, during the elections, and after the elections, Mohammed just get a passion for help people, especially this centennial generation, the young generation. Okay, I can tell you personally, say Mohammed, the picking the way it help from different regions, different tribes all over this country for helping pay their school fees. help the parents them, help the youth. He is doing it all over this country. Everybody know about it. So this particular situation will happen so now. Like when you two know Khadija, the laws na salon state say you are presumed innocent until proven guilty. Now we law courts. Okay, so now what can happen here is this a mere allegation where somebody, but like give you a background as to what he understand what actually happened about this situation. Mohammed, after the election, he focused say, okay, I will practice the politics, but like try or do certain things then na the country. Do business, open this, he just finished constructing a home, a house na Makini. Then that done, he dey and build a hotel na Kenem na Kono. He dey do it in other business then. Then he don't build back, he dey and build back another office and residence na Kono. So how this thing can happen is when he then his site, they do this work. Now in this gentleman can where in wealth set day in detention right now. Mariam Aruni. The man can meet Kamarainba and ask him, well, let Kamarainba hire him, let give him a job na the site. Now Kamarainba says, no, boy, he say you are elderly man. He say, I not go able for do job. He say, you now let me daddy. He say, so, he say, I not go able. He say, but anyway, he say, look small thing. So then the man say, he say, thank you very much. So they don't talk. Now neighbors who say in the building, who say this man and his family live. So this man he can't visit, then they keep company, they come, then they talk and everything. So eventually they became friends. So one day Kamarainba in wife, this man here, Mr. Khalid, in wife be the past, between two young people, one 4 year, the other is 2 year old, with this other young girl, where they say, now they help her for men the pikin. So now he call this woman, I ask her, I say, because when they don't use now, I say, now this other way they go. Now he say, now they help me, will take care of the pikin. I say, no, boy. He say, this why I say, if they go to school. Now I say, not true. He say, but we're not able for pay for how many people themselves at the same problem. Now in Kamarainba say, well, you know what he say, now for friend school for her. Where he friend school, me don't help for pay the school fees. That was how this whole thing started. So when the woman identified a private school, Kamarainba therefore take this woman in two pikin and this man pikin, then go to this private school. Kamarainba go talk to the authorities and they, unfortunately, this school here, they may not close admission. So that done. Now Kamarainba suggest now the woman say, yeah, they don't close. Now he say, well, then they try to put her in private school or whatever. So that's how they started building this relationship, where eventually this very woman where they made this pikin can request for telephone from Kamarainba for him pikin. Now Kamarainba say, you know what he say, it not go be good. I buy phone for your pikin, you order pikin when I'm 14-year-old, buy phone for her, then this one not get phone. He say, and when you don't tell me how the pikin and everything, he say, fine for let you communicate with her, let you know how he they do, if he come out inside a day, what he they do, now they communicate. Now he say, okay. So with that, Kamarainba buy these two telephones. He not get directly to this pikin wey allege say Kamarainba get sexual penetration. Now he give this woman with the manner. Prior to that, when they don't get school, now Kamarainba, they can't meet Kamarainba and tell her. Now Kamarainba say, okay. He say for go school, he go need uniform, he go need shoes, he go need this, he go need that. He say, well, now help. Now me don't promise say this girl pikin for go school. But now empowerment. Now it take 300,000 euros. Now he give the woman. He say, go bye for her, let ready for go school. So now that same time that this woman request for telephone for young pikin, Kamarainba say, no, now I get two phones. So Kamarainba buy them two phones here at 90,000. Now I give this woman one for young pikin and one for this other pikin. So for cut a long story short, moving fast forward, whatever happened, misunderstanding can be between this pikin where they men and this woman where they men. So now he say in they go back to him parents them. Now the go where he go back to him parents them now, then he go complain to his auntie for say this woman where they men are hold enclose them, he not be for them. So then try forget her, they not get her. So now they grab wouldn't go to Tankoro police stations. Other developments that they will happen, but I don't want to take much of the viewers in time and get them gone. So I just move fast forward. So now then go Tankoro police station for let them go report this matter so that the police will assist them for let them go now this house for go take this speaking in personal belonging. So while then they ask him or let them the investigation they go on there, ask him now where they make a statement, say what's happened. Now in the picking can narrate this thing. And they ask and say, when you they go to this woman, are you carrying the clothes then? Are you own property? Now he say no. He say na me own them. He say na uncle, na him give money, na him buy them for me. Now they say who's uncle? Now he say na Uncle Kamarainba. That name that she mentioned, saying na Uncle Kamarainba, na him give money we buy them here for me. Now they one of the investigating police officer say, Kamarainba, Mohamed Kamarainba, why Kamarainba for buy this buy clothes for this speaking, then buy phone for her? Kamarainba gets interest in this thing. He gets something for do with this speaking when I love relationship or man and woman business. That was how the whole thing changed. The reason why I put an away and I believe in the authenticity of this particular explanation because the anti-way carry picking go na police for go make this statement. Even when the state prosecutor call up on this whole trial, these are the words of the state prosecutor, counsel almost Sumari, say we're not able to bring this witness to court because the witness say not to that make him go na court na police for go make statement. So let them bring all the salon police them. He not the go there because not to that complain they in go can go na court. He don't know about that. He say if they force him for let it go na court or go testify against Kamarainba, he said, I will go well on a case. These were the words in court by the state council. So, which means, what explanation we got as to how this thing come about, now I don't give you. But I just bring this woman in Youngstown as a supporting thing for saying that was not the initial purpose to go and report about sexual penetration as alleged that Mohammed get with this 15-year-old pikin.
There's some concern about the date in question. Do you know anything about that? Meaning the date where then they allege, say, quote unquote, this incident happened, and versus that man not being around that area that specific date. Do you have any idea of that? Oh,
yes.
Okay.
Yes, I do. The date where they allege say now in Kamarainba go get an affair, this sexual affair with this speaking. Now, what we all know now the outside world as Valentine's Day when on February 14. Okay? Now, this Diamond Lodge hotel where they say that they carry speaking or go get this affair with him. It will interest you, Khadija, for let you know, say, the entire management, this is not a small hotel, then get CCTV cameras and everything. There is nothing to show that on that particular day that Kamarainba was in that hotel with this speaking. The manager, where they manage the place, the receptionist there, nothing. Then ledgers, then food ledger, then bar ledger, the accommodation ledger, all of that. There is not a single page where Kamarainba in name they say even they at that particular time. Then all the management, some of them, they detain them and release them because they refuse to compromise the truth. That no, this man not be there, so no way not there. And added to that, you get people that will go testify, say, on that very day, Kamarainba was in McKinney, where he get plumbers where he get missing, where then they work now in newly completed house where he don't build, where then they build, where then they make in swimming pools.
In terms of
Then
that
they come-
house, the last time where Mr. Mohamed Kamarainba came to we platform, he make and clear, say, even indeed, he talk about that house there, he talk about the things the way they try for do for the youth and for empower them. So go ahead, sir. Come on in.
Yes. So that's exactly. Kamarainba, they do this all for empower the youth. They encourage them. So it was right there on that day. So they don't go all out, they don't make trips. The investigating team, the family service unit na CID, they don't make several trips that come on. They don't get any concrete, defined evidence say this thing happened. And so far, during the court proceedings, they don't get about 20 witnesses, factual witnesses, plus the investigation team. We don't do this thing. The only person where they put this thing say they see me and Kamarainba publicly or whatever, or he get an affair with, now one person, that now the victim. No other person, even the parents, the biological parents, the neighbors, nobody not be in a court because at the witness most of the sittings then are court, especially at the initial stage, except this being to where they sit, one or two to one or body, and why they engage on the same issue. But for all the time, but I'm constantly with our legal team, where everything that they update me at the go at the serum, then they tell me not to one, not to two, not to three. We they meet, we they get with meetings there. Right? So Mohammed was not even there on that day. I not see nothing where anybody don't show from the investigators to the people where they don't bring up as witnesses for say, yes, Mohammed was there at this time, or the CCTV camera wouldn't get the show, say he was there. Now, any room, he exchange key with anybody, he go there with the vehicle. In fact, the vehicle number colors the way the victim show about a blue one and a green one. Mohamed Kamarainba doesn't own any of those colors in vehicles. Now, white and black he get a Hummer and a Nissan Pathfinder. So we not see anything.
Glad
Yeah.
thank you, sir. Earlier, some people that were have been called for get some findings. Let me tell me say about 13 people that were they don't course examine, but you don't give me a different number when at 20. So thank you for that clarity. Then secondly, I know say you don't call the specific color now of this man in car. I hope say that they don't know go switch and back say na that car because one thing where they don't say na the court na different thing, and then what's in how you call them, what you don't say now, hopefully not go they're not go use that against them. But go ahead, sir. Come on in.
Yep. So no, they're not gonna get anything for use against them because not to mention the vehicle in colors.
Yeah.
Now the victim now mentioned the vehicle colors will contradict what actually Kamarainba has as his own vehicle the way he drive, which is a white Hummer and a Nissan Pathfinder black. You see?
Yes, sir.
So yes. So he not get any vehicle will get gray color or will get blue or any other color. Those are the two vehicles that Kamarainba they use. Okay. So yes.
Yes, sir. Was there any disagreement with maybe the auntie where it be hand the phone to and Mr. Mohamed Kamarainba that you know of?
No, not to my knowledge.
Okay.
No. The only thing waiting they do is like what I tell you so no more. Marion Aruni, instead then detain them because they say conspiracy. Because and the reason for her, he not give anything different from what Kamarainba don't say. All the witnesses, then let me assume say 13 self or say 20 or whatever, where they don't go testify. Nobody not come for say this accused person or allegedly accused person say this one will get relevant to this particular thing. For say he knows say this man they go get an affair with this pikin sexually. No, he admit the fact say na him give na Kamarainba give and this money for this pikin in school. He admit the fact say na Kamarainba give and the phone them or he own pikin and this man pikin will get na host.
Okay, so
there
that's
is no contradiction.
So that's great because we mean get some people then they say, "Hey, why go hand the phone to the pikin?" So it was never that. That was never the case. He handed that to that woman, right?
Yes.
Okay.
The woman.
Then is it true that I understand say this woman been there now a suckling mother? It been gets like a young pikin where they suckle to the point where I understand say the leader and chairman ask say why then for Olam at least not and release him because obviously not in the ones. Did you
Yes, definitely.
Okay.
She was not. She is still a suckling mother with an arrest at the time of the arrest and detention.
Okay.
Because let me tell you one interesting, one controversial thing about this whole thing. When they hold this woman first and get her in remand as CID, at some point they release her. Kamarainba say, listen, this woman completely innocent. Now a suckling mother, I get 4-year-old and 2-year-old.
Yeah.
The beginning they miss the mama. Una left and this woman not do nothing. Una hold me not get no problem with that. So she was released. Then them call her after a couple of days, say, let it come. They want to ask her 1 or 2 more questions. Since then, she's been detained. But our understanding about this whole question of detention.
I want 1 second, sir. Mr. Baba, you're entitled to your opinion. Mr. Mohamed Kamarainba, I don't care if he belongs to the ADP political party. We are not here to play those political games here. You're talking about somebody else in Peking in life, yeah? If even, let's just say, hypothetically speaking, what he's been alleged, let's say, God forbid he's guilty of that, still not warrant, it not mean say, if for be in human rights, for be taken away from him. So you are the one that is looking at things on a partisan lens. And we are not here to play games, sir. We are here to speak truth to power. And whatever you they take now, because it not belong to your political party, because you sound like a partisan, rest assured that if the other political party come, then continue the vicious cycle, we'll get no room for speak. So you are not here to help Sierra Leonean. You are here to speak on a political lens. We are not here to play games. Yeah, if APC do this, that's why I'm taking time asking this man question. Did the then administration manhandle this man, then mistreat him, X, Y, and Z? No. And mind you, it been gets a gun case, but at the same time, then dismiss him. But at any point, it say it make him clear. If they mistreat him, it gets the opportunity for tell we and make it clear. So please, if you can also on a partisan lens, we are gonna ignore you. Okay, we're talking about serious matter here where in the vicious cycle need for stop. Whether it's APC doing, SLPP doing, we go continue for speak on things that is not right for we country or we need help for make we country go before. Yeah? Thank you. Sorry, sir, go ahead.
Okay. So what in are the concern, Madam Khadija?
Yes, sir.
The legal aspect of it, not to that media for discuss here right now.
Yes,
because
sir.
what nobody know they say Kamarainba do or not do. The legal process they are not to so.
Yes, sir.
If the court find and say he guilty, but for now he is presumed innocent according to we laws now until proven guilty. In order to that part where the judge they make a verdict. But what thing that we are concerned right now is to protect the human rights of this man.
Yes,
he is a citizen of this country.
And Adandi, I want. Yes, sir.
Therefore, understand.
Yes, sir. I want to take down the. Nadia, I want to take you immediately, right? Before this one, so there was an underlining, which I know one call an underlining medical concern from me various interview or investigation what I don't do, wherein it been get some medical concern where they may also prescribe something for him, when a major concern of his health. At that time, did they allow him for net go get a medical treatment outside of the prison? And also, I mean, understand say them again expired medication. Is that true, sir? I want to give clarity to it, please.
Yes, make I give not true. Make I give clarity to this.
Yes, sir.
In fact, the first time, about 3 weeks to a month ago, where the defense counsel then get a medical paper from the prison's hospital that this man sit.
Sorry, sir. You seem like you mute. We need to hear you. Forgive me. Can you hear me? All right, guys. So they take a quick break. Seem like we need to hear you. Will they come right back? And I thank you.
Listen something to the story, man, a long thing. No mention nothing, cause I want to see the right thing. I see a beauty queen, she pass right by me. The way she look at me, she want to tell me something. Bring her closer, make her hear what she wants to clear. Take them slowly, girl, you too fine, you go kill me. You too fine like thing to eat, girl. You soft like thing to sleep on. But love not give me portion. Famous. Girl, the way you give me this love, can I make it? The way you show me this love, can I make it?
And I welcome back. We get slight issue with guests in device. Will they come right back? In the meantime, these are all the example of where they say this whole situation is a bit iffy. There was another alleged case where they say this na the woman where Naim quote unquote alleged to rape X, Y, and Z, and the person come back again and they debunk the lies and the misleading statement of a deliberate statement them from we brothers and sisters and we beloved Mama Salon. So they play that one, then they come back when they come back again. Now thank you.
Good day everyone, everybody will listen. This I just accounted they talk the way they're going to send in pictures viral with Mohamed Papa Bangura when I'm a class rep and me chairman pa me bate. Now just me person, me good person. Now I like a brother to me. He get high respect to me, I get high respect to her. So follow now, they go and take picture, they go and post that. With me on small Paula when na John Conte. Now they go and post and say na me na the person when I'm my boyfriend with John Conte, and my brother, I'm my boyfriend with Mohamed Papa Bangura. Why would they do so? Mohamed Papa Bangura na respectable somebody. So if I'm not gonna go and post short picture, if we cut bad day cake, cutting bad for that. Person cuts bad day cake with everybody. So now just come and foolishness now on the paper. As soon as they go and force pull back out and say me na me the rape, na me then this, na me then that. So if be say I don't ever leave corner, not to me go let Kamarainba in statements, I don't ever go do anything. Now they go and post some picture and say na me na 15 years old pick where they rape. When I see me like 15 years, me na all man, me na miss the so
Can you the buggy then? Can you the buggy? Oh my God! Can you call you by the aga? Can you make no one. Oh, nice speaking is I got Gamma get him again. The person I got the nego sa sweetie the push at my bed. You may have this again. Kanema, I don't yama. Gabiti mesa bena. That pebo, bele yama. Nyaga with my kima. And I be la lenyaya. Gana vwa bankima. Nyahaga magale afaya. Konga talek bantal gula. Telaita gede beke tuga tu vogba. Talu wanyama, nyale da kpagwe ji hugo saboba. Nyagi ebia yana, gima na va tububa. Nyawi bia gobe nike, nyade lo na gubuluba. Dupu ya yepe poto, budi hungo lego. Dogo ele mahia, kato lego vodogo. Nemole bia tubo to aleti ondakbe, juye mi ale maga. Kini logo ole binya hande ma ye kahu ina agogo aveniga. Ngapi hinga ta vodoga. Nyahanga atagbiniga. Ndiye na papio, kada pe bubu mi abaga. Dupu buti jesiale. Baba ha, hinya goma. Doma is beginning si aga ye. Fam ya guwe maboma. Nyaje ya lilela. Je ameka de gbe gaboma. Gebi ava nya hu pada je pe pala mi aga de gaboma. Lulinya va. Opa jinya va. Klobama. Sese nya va. Le pa bugula nya va. Ne sese le. Ya lulinya va. Opa jinya va. Klobama. Sese nya va. Le pa bugula nya va. Ne sese le.
Da pe ke bulole. La pied long. Ya de ke bulole. La pied long. Girl, who never came. Yande, who never came. Girl, who never came. Yabe, who never came.
Sali, ega de mala. Kek pa quick bear and abaya wolo magala hima. If I go abla vita uva. Aha. Rapi get go akagima. Fahin ya ye den ga pate. Na get ta pio sagana. Tipi lo ken o gatina lo. Bo market gba te panda. Numulu ala ageya. Himi gba te kaka. Bele gata lola. Ba fale anabologola. Sega abidi sivia. Pekpe ye abidi pe. Giwofa ba yi sivia. Gemi hu vayaga. Yalo ipoe pako ipoe. Digi wope abala haga. Fale mi si wote akpoe. Nabagila nyava. Yenyi komya abamai. Aya pekpe onyamu. Hindri wona abenya. Nugata juya abie.
Yeah. Most man in the building. Like a dawn. Election number 1. I said, what did you like? Now some man in the building. You know me cricket, baby. Oh, baby, put out the gas. Make the bell out the teddy. You know me cricket, baby. Oh, say if I pass on you. Say if it pass on you. Say if I pass on you. Say if it pass on you.
So baby cricketa, now you make her the drink water. Cause we don't send big butter. Rockatanta, tintata. Make me bread matter, eh. Now the albata, eh. Make me big butter. Rockatanta, tintata. Cause you find pass money, money, money. And you sweet pass honey, honey, honey. Now go play you Connie, Connie, Connie. Baby just like Johnny, Johnny, Johnny. As a body de love, now somebody de feeling. You know the cricket, baby.
Baby, put that in fast. Make the bell out the steady. You know the cricket.
If you find pass money,
Say if it pass money. Say if I pass money. Say if it pass money. Yes, love is love, very beautiful.
Lord of mercy, famous. Listen something to the story, man a long thing. No mention nothing, cause I want to say the right thing. I see a beauty queen, she pass right by me. The way she look at me, she want to tell me something. Me closer, make I hear you what you want to clear. Take them slowly, girl you too fine, you go kill me. You too fine like thing to eat, girl. You soft like thing to sleep on. But love not the me portion. Famous. Girl, the way you give me this love, can I make it? The way you show me this love, can I make it? You can give me too much. Can you make it? You can give me
All right, and I welcome back, please patience with small with guests. But in the meantime, now we dey do some critical thinking. Some of the things where this man don't talk. Now we talk about few things here. I think I don't make that scenario here at some point. Let's say obviously me gets me partner, then I decide for render help to a 17-year-old or 18-year-old or whatever the age is, yeah, out of good faith, yeah, and then give that whatever it is or the device or whatever it is to the caregiver or the person where now the adults, now that young boy they in life. Then later on, I can get a call say then therefore go investigate me because me don't get affairs with that young man there. So now we think something day, even though some of some already don't do that preconceived notion, they don't already find the man guilty before due process. Some already don't because of out of maybe disputes, past incidents having to do with maybe something I don't get argument with the man and I don't decide say okay. And again the call we don't come prior to where this incident happened, where you don't promise and say until you get big mouth, you na bobo before you mouth, you always they talk. We will make sure say we set you up, we will shut you down, and then it come to passing. Now we say don't know we think. Yeah. I do believe say if anybody guilty, just like how this man been to say, it be a fair thing wherein like me be don't say the whole thing we don't compromise from the very audio way come na social media where they talk say this man guilty of doing X, Y, and Z. Were you there physically? Were you there? How do you know that? If you get any concern, how come you're not channel and through the right channel for net and go and do investigation before the world already don't conclude say this man is so? Again, once we begin to think as Sierra Leonean and we left the pettiness and we left the political games, then go be the beginning of a better Mama Salon. We'll guess don't come back again, then no we continue how we left off. Welcome back, sir. Before you say anything, make I just change your name real quick. Welcome back, sir. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you loud.
Wonderful. Welcome. And you remember also you left off?
Yes.
Perfect. So I want you to take off from there, sir.
Yes. What I mean to try for say here is we know they actually go into the court proceedings.
Correct. Understandable.
Yes, because me know to a legal person. And so therefore, but what we they try for talk here, the thing we're not concerned to we is this man don't they under arrest and detention for over 90 days. Over 90 days. The legal team, expert, law expert, they don't do everything and don't present everything what you think say them for do according to the laws of this country. Not to treason this man commit. not to murder he commit. Where you go say, okay, he go run away, not to flight risk. And not to flight risk because now himself work can go inside CID. Say, I don't come.
Yes.
So
Sorry,
for let
sir.
you,
Is it possible that you can adjust the camera a little bit so that way your face not go get cut up? Yeah.
okay,
Yes, sir. Just bring out. Yes, perfect, perfect. Much better. Thank you. Yeah.
okay there.
Yes, sir. Sorry, yeah.
So, yes. So now in work can go na CID. Now they don't do everything legally possible or let this man get bail. Honestly, they refuse. And interestingly enough, people then go let for no say. The lead counsel, defense counsel, Emmanuel Safa Ablai, one of the brightest at this point. Now, one currently is a very, very senior human rights official, if not the head of the African Union, we just get few months ago, we Salon elect and nominate him and he win that. So for let somebody like that one day they see when they abuse human rights, it's a very concerned issue now with democracy. It's an issue for let we look at how we judiciary they really operate, how they run. Because there is nothing there. This is a mere allegation. Okay? You don't convict the man, you don't sentence him, you don't find him guilty at this stage. Why are you depriving the man in the way say a high profile politician like that one day, and besides now mortal man? Then we assume say yesterday where that man they for done a court, a heart, or over like where are they tell you Khadija? For over 3 weeks to a month, medical papers they don't come from doctors for establish say this man sick. Rather the prosecutor, the state prosecutor, take this thing and put more stringent conditions, including medical examination. Who side the man for day? How them for prepare in place? How them for prepare in place? What if for do? Then change all of that and then say we're not going to get an independent medical professional or look and examine this man. It has to come from the Ministry of Health, from the government. Well, if Nami they pay you, then I'll tell you
Unbelievable.
examination waiting.
Unbelievable.
You they expect to get a genuine report from that? And that don't happen so now, where this man go na court, in everybody, I know one call some of the things the way the man don't complain about where really now of health concern. But even the media don't come outrightly, they don't write, print media, electronics media, social media, every other media circle don't come with this thing to bring and come to the attention of the Ministry of Justice, to the attention of the court, the judge and the prosecutor, and even to the government. Because not to say they know, they follow up the proceedings, but why do you keep this man there and deprive him of his human rights? This is a very concerned something to we, Adija, as a party and as an individual. Because you see, let we take this thing further. It will surprise you for let you know, say, I have not had one single civil society organization, including Amnesty International, including the International Human Rights Commission. We get the UN there. We get the European Union there. OAU there. What they call? ECOWAS. All these international bodies. Nobody. What is the reason of them actually refusing to raise an issue about human rights violation? It's not about the legal process. No, and I don't make that clearly and abundantly clear, not only in your platform, but I don't make an other global platforms, the local media, na TV, na radio, will say, we are not exonerating Kamarainba, irrespective of the fact that he is the chairman and leader of our party. No. If he did it, let him not find him guilty and let face the consequence. But until that is proven, there is no legal reason or explanation to say this man doesn't deserve two critical things now. He not deserve bail when a violation of a right, and secondly, to make he not get medical attention. And now I tell you the other thing we really serious about it. Today, when they don't get Kamarainba go hospital, he then at the military hospital now. Myself and other leaders of registered political party in this country go or let we go give boost the man in morale. We go in solidarity, and even me as the national deputy of the party, the security guards that say they get instruction. Listen to this is serious. They get instructions from the director of prisons, and one Colonel Gauja say, under no circumstances, rain or whatever it is, cannot allow nobody for go see this man where he did is. Are you hiding evidences, or do you want to kill this man? Or if no one know we know what's like the man in health situation, in condition.
That's where the critical thinking come in place, sir. That's where the critical thinking come in place. No, I say you submission. That's where the critical thinking come in place. Waiting at the reason behind
and what you
not allowing people to see him.
Not allow people to see her. Okay, at the initial stage where he is in a critical health condition, that is understandable. Because what we understand, we talk to the security, we talk to other medical personnel, we talk to other people in the place, including the lady when I am the only person where they say now in no more they go allow for go here. And what in the excuse were interesting enough. Una na professional people, una know what in a human rights, una know everything, una even know elect una na layman they said America. Una know what in it. They say because this lady when I in no more they give permission for go see Kamarainba, when they ask them who do you want for let you go or can see Kamarainba, and the lady say na in no more. So the question where me ask and my colleagues there, do they actually think for a second what in the state of mind of this particular lady at that given time where they go ask her such a sensitive and critical condition? If even me say yes, therefore look and say the man in health, the paramount to her, let us stabilize her. That's number one. Then therefore that should not be a criteria to debar other concerned people. Don't forget, this man is a chairman and a leader of a national registered political party. You think say I want to run political the party? He get deputy when I mean, he get secretary general when I mean, he get an executive. Now we don't work with the lawyers, especially me. Now me they work with the lawyers. Now me they coordinate between the party and the defense and the law and the court and everything. How can you look at me and deprive me? And you they tell me, say, I will go get permission from the director of prisons, from a colonel, before I go see the chairman and leader of new political party. What's in happen? We will go break the mouth, we will go fed. No, we are just there to give the man. Then I'm pretty sure the man want for talk to me because now me the lays at the outside wall with them and with the lawyers. Why shouldn't I have that opportunity? And let's put it that it is my right. Not as a citizen, I don't get no violent record, I don't get no intention for go smuggle the man or go break there. And besides, I was accompanied by other leaders of political parties. So we for begin watch the direction where we democracy we take, where it go right now, Khadija. This nothing where I'm very, very much disappointed with the international community. Very, very much now a complete disgrace and shame. What are they doing here? When I get a whole organ inside the United Nations human rights, and then we left the international community. You know the other thing again where people get for be very much concerned about when they talk about corruption in parliament. It is not only about money here. The bribes when they bribe them. How about the political corruption? How about the social corruption? How about the administrative corruption inside the walls of parliament? We get 4 political parties there. The ruling party, the main opposition, you get the National Grand Commission and C4C. This could happen to any leader because this is political intimidation. When they try to foreclose the political space, when they violate human rights. None of these parties in parliament, Dr. Kane Yunkela, where don't work for over how many years now parliament, no say this is a human rights violation, no raise a finger.
I'm sure after this, then we'll begin the talk.
Oh, well, if they get for talk, but Khadija, why do you wait for somebody to prompt you?
Yeah, unfortunately, yeah.
It's unfortunate because that is what parliament did, that the oversight. When they talk about the constitution here, when they make the laws, then the judiciary, they interpret the laws where parliament don't pass. So if you see, say, about this type of violation of this man in human rights, as a citizen, forget about the political affiliation or being enough for political. Let's be serious. We get for the start for challenge, we get for speak to power, we get for really confront for we citizens and say, if we not treat this situation seriously, this violation of human rights, it could be a serious problem. Let me give you another example of this violation. I don't know if you know about the case of about William. When I remember the former mayor of Futa, when I remember of the main.
Yes, sir.
When they allegedly accuse him of murder. Then go put him, accuse him, bail force, go put him back and everything. Recently, now they released him. You know the situation? That is our fear is how about the leader, Mohamed Kamarainba. They've broken that man down physically and mentally and psychologically. He went there as a person. He started complaining about himself. Now today he's out on clutches. I'm speaking on clutches. About Williams on clutches. It was no secret. Now today, Kamarainba in turn, maybe for go down in a court. Who would have answered to that? Have you got an explanation as to what happened at the Pademba Road prison?
So
have you got an
yes, sir.
Sorry,
sir. I wanted you come back in and give a description of in physical appearance the last time we be able to see him in the court.
Physical appearance not be actually.
Say that again, sir.
Physical appearance.
Yes, sir.
Not be good, but not as grave and serious as for the last 3 weeks with that man constantly in about in back, about in neck, about in chest, about other team them, how they feel, the kind of place where they put up, how they sleep every day. When Mohamed can and they go see him at the top. And you know what happened? Until recently, before this last one, the prior appearance to this one, you know what happened? All from the time where they adjourned the case, where Mohamed is sick and waiting about. Khadija, do you know that the justice system, then deprive, then prevent, they not allow in lawyers, I'm not canceling or anybody to go visit and prison. Let even talk to in lawyers. They had to bring that matter again in court and the judge give orders. They don't allow the lawyers them. So who knows what he might have gone through? You know what in the prisons they say? Therefore obtain permit the prison guards, they say they get instructions say, or let the lawyers them or anybody go see Kamarainba, they need permission from the Ministry of Internal Affairs. Who stand this down? Who still will not reach to this stage?
Oh, Salon.
Who still will not reach to this stage where you get somebody in detention for mere allegation? This man gets about 6 to 7, 8 lawyers where they represent them, including a household familiar named lawyer Charles Francis Magai, a senior lawyer who don't practice law for over 40 years by this country. He quoted over 10 sections of the Constitution, including the ECOWAS, AU, the UN Charter on human rights, and say, "Una grant this man bail. Una not get reason for keeper. What if he don't do?" And from the report where I get yesterday, where Kamarainba go collapse, police, prison guards, everybody, there was complete confusion at the court. Then they cry like pikin, say, "Hey, but then go kill this man. What kill this man?" Even Emmanuel Safa Abulai, the lawyer, the man they think but in repetition. They think but in job. Now me they can be Human Rights Commission. Now African Union, and they defend a human rights situation here. They give him there for acts. Now the court say, "What you want to do? You want to kill this man? What you don't do now? What has he actually done that you are depriving this man? The man they died. That box inside and they go put people there, the accused or witness. And inside that box, in a day, every day with the co-accused. Adija, you not go believe. When that man for done inside that box, you know Mohamed na big person, you know, he get height again. But let them pull Mohamed in there. There was no way they can take him out of that cage. You know what they get for do? They get for broke that whole cage. Then broke and dismantle and the security there. If he had stayed there for a couple of minutes, but then this time what they talk to now about in dead body, what they talk.
So sad.
But to break
So
that
sad.
thing, or pull them out of that cage. Papa was crying, say, "What in this man do now?" Emmanuel Safa Abla. So we want to know what in Amnesty. None of these civil society organization, none of them not make effort for go to court or for go visit this man at prison or ask the relevant question. There are two sides to a story. We know they sell nobody, we know they condone them. Me, Nayana, a strong advocate for gender, women's rights. Every time I talk about her and for the youth. So for say this now, as an individual, coupled with the fact that say, I am the National Deputy Chairman, under no circumstances will I condone and abuse or the nature of this kind of offense where an allegation. No, if I need to allow face the same thing. But like I say, the law clearly stated, presume innocent until proven guilty. A mere allegation. Like I say, all the factual witnesses and people who they know. Nobody. What you need on this is not interfering because now voting don't pass. Not voting they go before. So I know they interfere with the court in proceedings. No. Now voting me witness. Now voting me hearing. Now voting me see. Now voting how the prosecution they go on to make this thing difficult. And how the judge, I'll give you another incident. The first time the preliminary trial of this case, so we go to court. Okay? The question comes whether Mohamed forget a judge-jury trial or just a judge trial. The prosecution asks for a judge trial and not a judge-jury trial. The defense can say, no, we want a judge-jury trial. The judge say, that the man in right as prescribed in the Constitution and in right for elect, not to select, elect voting of them two options that they want. And the judge, now that city there, Khadija, he give Mohamed Kamarainba the right to make he get a judge jury trial. The next sitting, where the defense will go for let them go, ask for bail, let them grant the man bail. To the shock, the journalists that will be present, the court will be full. To the shock of everybody, that decision where that judge will not make way give Kamarainba in right by the Constitution would get a jury and judge trial. My dear sister, that man reversed that position on the basis that say the trial proceedings are on. That's a bad precedent of the judiciary system. And you self-talk saying that you might be right. That is to tell you the extent to which our judiciary is actually not independent, not performing its function, not executing what it is mandated for as the third organ of government to interpret our constitution. Where is the contradiction there? Where? Not to anybody can tell you just, oh, na so, na so you. Now, he self look now he self tell the court, say, now the man is right. Now, he tell the prosecutor. He say, no. He tell the state prosecutor. He say, no. That now the man right, you not go deprive of your right. Now, in right for choose what he want. The man say, well, I want you. But you know why? They refuse and now they reverse that decision. I can tell you, my sister, because it was a slap to them when they had to lose Paulo Conte's case because of the decision made by the juror. They know say the juror, when they sit there, they're looking at the facts presented to them. But when you get a judge now where they determine the fate of Mohamed Kamarainba, let it don't surprise the world and every Sierra Leonean what will be the outcome of this case. Because now, Judge, now miss you don't do. What I say, this now me court, finally, final. That's it. Nobody not there for look into it again, no second opinion, no nothing. And furthermore, my dear sister, we get with lawyers the way they file an appeal for let this case or in bail, let go to the appeals court. Up to this day, assign that case. You know why? Because the appeals court, not a one judge they did it. Minimum 3. So among them 3, they might look at it. These are experienced judges who don't practice for a length of time. They would have looked at the evidence presented before them and they go look and say no. Because the question what they say is, let the proceedings not go. Why will they appeal? Let the court proceedings go on. But will the appeal say, this man gets right to a bail? And who they assign them appeals cases they need? And the Chief Justice. And he has the prerogative. So if you want to do him, you do him. If you don't want to do him, by law, by right, nobody not going to ask him. So that will tell you how really the situation there as alone as we speak now, my sister. This will be a concern for everybody, irrespective of party affiliation, irrespective of whatever you get against Mohamed Kamarainba or waiting and call. But now that I say again, I will remind.
Correct one. Madam, 1 second. I apologize for coming in. Madam Loville Koroma, and things say you're out of touch. You're basically disconnected with what would they say here. The reason why I say that, when it comes to selective justice, political intimidation, political game, political what is it called? Continued harassment, justice way, justice delayed or is obviously justice denied. You understand? We need to play that game where most of it when a partisan they play in this platform. Where to make us say that when you don't know me, you go conclude. When it comes to the female population or the girl's child, I don't play with those things. Yeah. As an activist, I don't like what's the word? Advantage and abuse of power. So I don't care if he's the leader of the ADP political party, but I do know that he's Sierra Leonean and he deserves to be treated with respect. And if all the process where he's supposed to follow before then decide and conclude, say he's guilty, he's supposed to follow that. If you are an honest person, Sierra Leonean, where love salon, where you want to make sure say you want to put end to this vicious cycle, you will also question. You go also question the concerns that we don't come now social media from we sitting presidents on cool with and saying a chief and many other X, Y, and Z. Even two we sitting ministers them as well, where they don't see themselves they in that category of dealing with minors. You understand? But we are not gonna go there. You understand? Because we not there for that. Now I make what they say. What's good for one person, for good for the other. If all them people then they give blind eyes. If you see constituency 110, you not speak on it. When this man they build school, they do things then for the community, you did not go there and celebrate him. You understand? But when they come, they put something param where not even they're not even find and guilty yet, and in right is being abused. You know they speak on that. Let's look at the bigger picture. We all agree that whoever is guilty of the crime should be held accountable. But the point is, before you find that person guilty, you get to make sure say you also not abuse or infringe on in your right. Like I say, in the places of here or Europe, I believe that if even somebody get the worst crime, when it comes to the medical, where it be say it's obvious and the obvious evidence where happened to our courts, before that there was underlying issue where they don't spell out say this man not well if they on medication. That was ignored. You understand? To the point where if for done. Now this man they give description of the way if for done, they even literally get for broke the side where he find himself. And if they're not been doing in a fast way, you understand me? If for be even lost in life. So do you think on a humanitarian point of view, or do you think as on a point where because you hate this man so much, or because it's not there in your political party, hence the reason why you think that way? If an SLPP person was treated like this by the then administration, now I make clarity, now this man give clarity if he was treated that way by the then administration, it make it clear to we. Or any other person, let's say this administration not go there forever. If APC come back again, then do this, you go once now we said too much, will not say anything. Come on, now look at things on a fair point of view, please. Come on in back, sir. Sorry for the interruption.
Oh, good. I mean, you need for the way. One thing we need for you.
Yes, sir.
Is that this now one thing we as politicians we don't find out. See.
Yeah.
The need for educating people there.
Absolutely.
A lot of.
Absolutely. I agree.
And nowadays section and the constitution section 35. 1. It clearly states waiting at the role of political parties to shape the political will of the people and for educate them, enlighten them about what they happen. Or address issues of national character where do get for the socio-economic affairs of this country. And for elect, with the exception of paramount chief, all other elected offices. So therefore, let people understand this and forget about this petty politics and tribal political affiliation and everything. Look, the pillars of a young democracy where for strive, where we all for put hand together, they at stake.
Absolutely.
It's shaky, my sister. It's shaky. Let we stop for abuse power where we did it. Let we stop for abuse with offices. Right? Because like we make a salient point through. Now, this government don't set a good precedent with this commission of inquiry. From when we get sense, when they set commission of inquiry, this one nine get it with the bed seriously. Okay, in the bed. But what you make the questions that they can now about the fairness in this commission of inquiry. The conceptual part of it, where it started to this point with this, why people in the question. Why did they look at and say, even the ACC questions they know they come up. When Ben Kefala started, the whole country, they call him the czar for anti-corruption and everything. But there is not a day now where they no go question the integrity of the particular institution. Why? Because as things then they unfold, you they look at and say there is selected anti-corruption investigation, and they want them where they want for prosecute, and the one where they don't want for prosecute. All them tears, okay? And Kafala is doing his best. If you do invest, then you get for think, and that these people then get for member again, my dear sister. When you then a public office, you know about today, you know about the change of the wind tomorrow. Very rightfully say. So if we continue with this kind of vicious circle, revenge, then we assume say, okay, President Mara go for a second term. I wish her the best if you get that. No problem. You understand? He got it. Your own term done. That done. Other governments come inside. Other party come in power. Or a group of other political parties, they come together. Or they don't hunt this. They don't hurt this. They don't look at. You know what thing that happen? They quite rightfully ask that lady that question. If they begin for victimize, they begin for harass young people. Now, when they claim say the current party where they in power, they claim say when President EDK been there, they harass and victimize, and some of them people they lost election. So you dey try for tell we say two wrongs they make right or they know they make right. So because APC don't do this, you came, you say new direction. And we started fine. Okay. Now, if some of them here don't they happen, when they bring we come back, then una self can follow the same pattern when they accuse the previous government of political harassment, closing political space, political intimidation, una they do this, una they take the laws, abuse the law, and everything. What do you think will happen when then we assume say APC come in the next 5 years, 2023, or they come back 2028? Now we be careful what within our public, whole public. We are not there as being a servant. The question is a civil service. We are civil servants to the public. If you don't work, you stewardship, you for account or you stewardship. So similarly, anybody where they now like this administration, where they now. Look at the kind of thing they experience. Okay? And I say this again. I know they say I'm for different president, Madabio. But I they talk based on the truth and what thing is supposed to be. Rija, people don't understand. People who they hold them public offices, they're not able to understand. When they say it pleases the president for appoint or nominate this person, that the prerogative of the president, that the law, that in give that mandate for let it appoint you and nominate you, or then parliament or whatnot, if that are the procedure, will let you get approved and go work. But when you go work, always remember say you answerable to the people. You signature na get for them na paper. Now you they authorize. That part don't put you and what they expect from you. Not of you can say yes for tell her what you think say you want for a read. No. Because that deceptive game you they play with them and you betray in cause. If the man don't say that we fight corruption, it mean if you say free and fair free and quality education, that one they own a good agenda for this country. Or if they put you under say as Minister of Education, then put you as Minister of Labor, say review the labor condition, improve the labor wage and then benefit and other things that we don't forget. You go there when donor money they come. Other institutions and from outside they come work with you. You they take that thing there or make provision. That money there, you put it in your pocket. You they make provision for you picking and great picking at the detriment of the have-not children. When they do a street, they sell watermelon, they sell cucumber, they pass with banana, everything. You don't picking and they now air conditioner hose, private schools, then they drive inside. This not only go for ministers, no. It not only go for ministers. It not only go for President Bio, whether you like it or not, by virtue of the fact that say he is president of this republic, the first gentleman. Now you want her, you don't want her. That man God don't bless and God put her, he go get her. But you were there around her. You were there around her, not abuse your office. Because you think say, I for please the person will put me there. Or the one that will put me there. No.
Well
if you
stated.
can't not who they talk about the commission of inquiry, so Okuma the winner Anes give them their job, but now Anes go take the money where they say they take. They therefore prove say they take her. So you get for allow the process for make it go on. That make people not they delve into the legal procedure, the legal thing where they happen at the court.
Well stated.
Moving.
Yes.
I want to know about where I don't witness and the feedback what they get from the lawyers then. I don't think that different platforms. We don't make press releases. I don't attend to a lot of interviews and everything. And they make them clear. You know, they try for cover up for Kamarainba. Nobody knows say Kamarainba do or not do. But like when you talk, because you understand, you are well educated. With all this country, and they tell you every lawyer in this country for no sin until they prove that man is guilty. Right now, the man is right. And then they take away from him.
Yeah.
Now the man sick. You know they try for let the man get proper medical attention. That could be interpreted as an intentional way of getting rid of this man.
Yes. Would get one call, and then from there, I want to go back and now we reflect on one of the concerns who have been bring August 16. Salon for All, Voice for All, Network Television. Kindly identify yourself. Who's the call from? Oh, sorry, we need to hear you. Hold on one second. Salon for All, Voice for All, Network Television. Kindly identify yourself, please.
Lawrence Fox of A Saloon at London.
Welcome, sir. Welcome. Go ahead and ask your question or your comments. Go ahead, sir.
Yeah, like the man expressed himself clearly, man, because the man didn't at the court. It's like the first person narrative technique. You understand? Because we can talk, because we have the run program, they will talk, then the people to see, we just talk. And the first person narrative technique this. There is injustice in our country. And they punish Kamarainba because I know they talk about like him being a rapist of stuff, not to down the demonami. Like how they say, give the man in fear justice, give the man in fear trial. You stand there. If the man sick, obviously the state will automatically take care of him for Kango hospital. And you get the people away for go see him. The immediate people away for go see him. Not to for stop him for my right start. But Salon, I mean, man, I don't muzzle all thing. If he arrest you by George Williams, you go put him in jail. What you do? Because he say you by George Williams, murder, and Darami, and keep the almost years. The judge never for nothing. He can arrest Quetta, go keep him in jail. So it's like a country in which there must be people's freedom. People are not supposed to talk. Not a fact that. Not the fact. And they want to keep Kamarainba quiet because Kamarainba was one of the voiceless. No matter what, was one of the voiceless. He said they can't criticize Julius Mother Bill. So because they criticize Mother Bill, they don't create this kind of thing. I make sure they can't make the emergency law. Because they say the man possibly mix picking them and all that kind of thing. They can just like a seminar teacher in a salon and they mix with school picking them. Call this emergency law. Say rape is an emergency. We have Sata Lamin. The man that we rape, Sata Lamin has not even faced justice up to this period we talk about. So, Mother Bill, Uncle rape, the people they not face justice up to the period. So it's a selective justice. When they make selective justice, and see that guy don't begin the pray, he don't begin the pray with him. Lawrence Lehman, God know they are in prayer than they, because you are continuing sin so that grace may abound. And like how that devour the church, I go before the nation. Well, I go one before the nation, so because the man died, that's not fair. He's an opposition leader, and it should be away from him being an opposition leader. He's a citizen of Sierra Leone, and it should be accorded the right of a citizen of Sierra Leone. I don't say if he commits crime, enough for pay for the crime, but he should be given the legitimate right to every citizen get. But as I tell you now, which hunts, bruh? Don't let me say now which hunts. Because Mother be one power for the power. What the SLPP wants like to do so. Or quiet. I ain't fit saloon. I ain't fit APC. I ain't fit the opposition. I ain't the lock people that operate. I know we get blackout. We get issues and these are important to me. Issues of blackouts. I never know which we carry light power. Issues of Lunga Bridge. I never know which we carry light power. Issues of the school picking and other uniform. Like light power. You go tell the gate also in the uniform. Even in the manifesto, you say the uniform. Issue of the Chapalapa factory, you say the bakery. Issues of we have a issue and can't let them let these human rights abuse. They're abusing people. And when they push it to the wall, like you don't get the answer. I don't tell her. And a small number will click. It will happen soon. It can happen in Nigeria. It can happen in Mali. It can happen in Egypt. It can happen in Salon. That kind of thing. Like the other people in chance.
Thank you so much.
But it's the point to the nail. This is the point to the nail. It's a point out of the fact. It's an oppressive regime. It's not a democracy. We're not doing that democracy again. Look at you want an election, Khadija. You want an election. Now it's Chief Electoral Commission has said they will conduct conference. It's not possible. Then I used to meet on our hotel and say, not possible. We're not going to allow conference. Then they will call election results. I APC with them. APC. When it's on again, Enough is enough, and it's an end to this rubbish. And the fact, I just like the other people the chance here.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you for your time.
It's a brilliant talk here. Thank you
Yes,
so
sir.
much.
Thanks. I want to play something where I've been share around August.
Unions and listeners beyond the Sierra community. I am Khadija Tijan Mabe from Salon for All, Voice for All, Network Television. Today on August 16, 2020. I want to bring to our attention the continued human rights violation. I want to specify my joint voice on significant issues that we maybe something we don't bury little by little. We're not supposed to bury them. I want to first talk about the time limit for detention of a person under investigation pursuant to Section 17.3A and B of the 1991 Constitution. Now go step by step. Section 17-3A. It specifically tell we say any offenses as in one way fall under capital offense. Example, treason, murder, offense carrying life imprisonment, economic and environmental offense. Whether under investigation gets a maximum of 10 days for keep the person under detention or investigation, but not to exceed that 10 days without granting that individual bail or charge the detainee to court. Then now, make we get a better understanding on Section 17-3, subsection B. So then we're going to the first one I just gave the A. Now B. Under B, this section also gives specific on other offense will not fall under the Section A category, meaning when not considered to be capital punishment. So anything or all other offense will fall under this will be considered Section B. Specifically, it tell we say the person will under this investigation for the release no more than 72 hours maximum. In other words, enough to exceed that time they whether for detain the person without them not granting bail or charge them. Now, make we also talk about the Sierra Leone Correctional Service Act of this act will establish or introduce provision for the organization and management of correctional centers and for other related matters. I want to take in a time and go with that because it's too much for me. I will talk in one audio, but I want to draw in attention to some of one or two things. Going back to again, like I say, this act the repair replace it with the 1960 Act, right? Again, that draws some attention, like I say. It gives some areas in the way it basically it gives specific on the duties and the rights of the prisoner as well as the officer. If I can go to subsection number 55, it specifically tells we say like juveniles not to be detained in correctional centers. We can reflect back on May 31st of 2019 when I do remember go ever forget because of so many things and one of which where we see we fellow Sierra Leoneans were manhandled, were mistreated, where they were in political party office, which not the right again under the constitution for freedom of association, the right for choose wherever political party them belong to. And that's it for day. If we can recall or imagine some of the awful pictures then with some multi-million loaded like animal behind a pickup truck, whether not picking out or papa or this and that, and just carry all go on one side. So if we can go and read some of these things and read and talk that this 2014 Act, we're able for making us say, wow, a lot of things were violated. Now, before that section 54 day na section 50, sorry, before 55 na section 54 also way I want to draw attention to number 5 for be specific or to be precise. Basically nobody not asked me this, but it just came back again when I read them this morning. I think of the cases of Miss Sylvia Olainka Blyden, where he been recently detained. But not, before I get into that, now read them. It's the arrangement for female inmates and their children consistent with the rights and obligation of the Convention for the elimination of discrimination against women and Convention on the Rights of the Child, and in particular the right of mothers to feed and care for their infant children whilst in correctional center, the encouragement and administration of correctional center enterprise educational facility and skills training programs, reporting, investigating, and otherwise. So now, if I can broken down to a local frankers, it tell me say even the one the way they can go in a prison and get belleted and born, they get right how they for be treated, things they ready for make available to them, materials like reading materials or whatever the case may be. With the so many of that is not being met. And again, I come back to the example of Dr. Sylvia Olainka Blyden. When he been detained, it not been feel well at some point as per evidence of waiting one of a lawyer been saying when he been tried for getting out on a bail at that time. Unfortunately, they also went against the lawyer or the health concern of Dr. Sylvia Olainka Blyden at that time. And again, I didn't make an emphasis on this. Nobody not asked me for do this for say Dr. Sylvia this. No, I just to give some example for backup misstatements then. Now, moving now to the other one then, talking about the rights of citizens. Now we go to Mr. Kamarainba MANSARAY, Mr.Mohamed Kamarainba MANSARAY. So if I can recall, today will be 27 days later, still detained against his rights as per evidence of all written adjustment presented to another public. Where they no charge him and basically they no how you call him grant and bail since they send a caller in for investigation. The second one I'm going to in attention during the unfortunate incident in McKinney, not only they take advantage by the people in there, but it was also followed by the obvious unlawful killing of citizens then unfortunately. Now some of them also then being hold on. If I'm not mistaken, and correct me if I'm wrong, it's between either approximately 32 or 33 days since that incident day, and some of them from waiting and made to understand they are still detained. So I wanted this opportunity for call upon the attention of the civil society activists once again. Mr. Fatuma, Mr. Beckley, Mr. Murai, Mr. Marcos, Mr. Thomas Mokonte, Mr. Ali Babadi, Madam Marcella Sanda, Madam Basita Michael, Mr. Alan Matsiga, and the list goes on. Mary Jane Voice, No Try for Do Rights by Sierra Leone and Sierra Leoneans. Everyone is innocent until proven guilty. Until next time, this is Khadija Tijan Nabi, once again from Salon for All and Voice for All Network Television. And God bless you all, and God bless the Republic of Sierra Leone. Greetings, fellow Sierra Leone.
Sorry, thank you, sir. I sure say you listened to the entirety. So I bring that back because that was on August 16, if I'm not mistaken, 2020, where I've been raised some of the concern at that time. They mean gets Mr. Mohamed Kamarainba, now the I think na CID, if I'm not mistaken, for more than the time where it's supposed for day, which as specified say with Eon allegation, it was spent no more than 72 hours, which unfortunately I think he exceeded, if I'm not mistaken, was 30 days. And then later on, after this audio, I think it was the following Monday, then call her in. Come back in on that. What thing are you take on that one?
Right. You raise concern on that. You did raise concern on that. Because like what you say, according to the law, at 72 hours, if the investigation not complete, right, then can apply for let them get an extension of 10 days. But let we don't forget, say, we get an elite professional police in this country. How long would it take you for let you investigate a matter like this? Or up to 21 days you not prosecute the man, you keep him. We raise that issue then with the lawyers then and everything, put pressure, go to the media, eventually na the 10 9 can now say, okay, let them take the man for good trial. That was how the whole thing happened. So that is to tell you. And you see, when they talk about this thing again, the lawmakers they all get in parliament. They get for be very, 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 they get for look at them and play them safe. When they in parliament, that one they not give you the right to lay, you turn blind eyes, and just design free meal ticket. Rubber stamp, see the way that they bring country. And it's most of this thing they happen so today. You understand? We let the members of parliament, after what they don't pull 10 members of parliament from the party will win. Let we not forget Nasalon say the voting this 2018 where the people in vote, and one by the best way don't ever get Nasalon. We will miss that opportunity. The people in vote, the now opposition party, will be the majority in a parliament who then will get the speaker, and eventually it will be a checks and balances. Then they voted the government in way go head the executive when are the president. Then you get the judiciary. That don't balance. But for more than pull them 10 members of parliament from APC, Dr. Kande Yunkela, I'm calling his name again, not to say because we know the NGC or opposed. Even one of the people who played the deceptive game on that, protect in colleagues their rights. Now look, then there's an go to the appeal court, then throw them out of court. So eventually, the party will be for serve as check and balances, there anymore. So guess what? They come, they impose the speaker on us. You know what thing go further with the opposition and parliament, what thing they do again? They have endorsed a 1-year state of emergency. For Christ's sake, when you get a state of emergency, that the constitution now don't lift. So anything where executive one for you, judiciary or whatever. But how it don't be right now? Single party in this country, single party don't get the 3 organs of government, when are the legislature, executive, and the judiciary under them. So what should we expect? And also, what in our defense now? Checks and balances and democratic principles for uphold them and maintain them. No, it's a state capture. And from that state capture, then now, what is happening right now is Khadija. Now, institutional capture. A lot of people will get for be very, very serious. The parties that will get in a parliament, even including the main opposition party, they went and approved and endorsed of a 1-year state of emergency. Then when they don't pass and don't know, they say, but we talk say after 90 days, if we bring and come back. No, we get COVID. Emergency. Then nobody know fool you. This particular government, our SIA, they know how for hold, how for get power. They know how for sit down power. They are not sleeping. The only problem when you get with this SIA is the problem of governance. If they may get a bit of that, I'm telling you, they know exactly what they do. They push up. Where were you? Masin Lamina. 4 of NGC and 8 of C4C in our parliament. If we have been joined with the opposition, main opposition when our APC. Now, una don't make 12, they don't put 10 APC. But when I look at things critically and join with the opposition, main opposition, then when I for serve the purpose for which you are there, checks and balances. But now, tell me one key thing where they not oppose at this parliament. Why do you have to blame the ruling government if they get away with things? I am not, as a politician, looking at things and analyzing them. I swear I'm not to blame Mother Bill if Mother abuse or do anything to this country, because this is the first time when we get 4 political parties in parliament. But they just to get free things. Free things. And you know what in the pattern in the tell you Khadija will not happen.
Yeah.
This government don't sit down and feel so comfortable they don't get what they want to get. The sister, you go surprise say now when they talk about corruption inside parliament, that give you one clear one way danger for this. This the constitution state certain appointments the day where the president they make it therefore consult registered political party. You get me? Registered political parties. Not to the parties that they make the final decision. But the constitution says the president shall consult. Follow me?
Yes, sir.
Appointments the Monday right now, where then bypass that one day, you know the party they will consult, the 4 political parties within a parliament. Period. Then they get a manufactured, purported, hand-picked, illegitimate upper headed by a so-called bootlicker or whatnot, Prince Coker, when they call or go represent the entire registered political party under the All Political Party Association, APA. There is nothing in the Constitution of Sierra Leone that mentions anything about APA. APA is an loose organization, association, where it left to you as a political party, whether you want for joiner or you don't want for joiner. And as we speak, Khadija, from 2015 to present, the APC party, the SLPP party, and the National Democratic Alliance NDA, these people and PMDC, they opted out of APA because the then chairperson or APA then look and say, by the time when they put her as interim chairperson, it may receive salary from the consolidated fund, and therefore she is not qualified to head APA. He ended up for the day for over 3 years. And I will call the name because I respect him. He ended up for the day for over 3 years. When we come as political parties, 10 and then now, we don't get 17 registered political parties. One don't win. He left 16. We get for work to them, we get for compliment them, we get for checks and balances for them. Instead, on the contrary, then one that will get the chance by regional and tribal basis, then go get representation at parliament. Instead of them represent the people of Sierra Leone, and their own personal interest, and they actually protect and try to portray to the Salon people. They say, oh, their party, nine government they reckon with, and they recognize. That is what is happening today. I will give you another incident: the appointment of current chairman for National Electoral Commission. The Sierra Leone statistics can make a what in a column advisory committee ask this country if they consulted any political party besides the one in our parliament. They've got a free ticket, free meal. So let's look at things critically and say, who are them that the key players are all of this way they happen? Is the international community aware? When are we guarantors of democracy? When are they inside internally? Are they actually seeing these things that are happening? Yes. But because of the bilateral relationship with them and this nice sovereign state, they tend not to say, okay, then we get confrontation. But to high level, when I can call the president in the cabinet or other responsible and say, look, there is a legal procedure here. We will try to build this democracy. Why would I feel say this thing not for happen? Even the 10 MPs when they pull in a parliament, when they drag them with police and everywhere. If the international community has looked at it critically, they would have Westminster and all of them. Then if we don't definitely tell them and say, no, this is not right. Because the people they franchise, thousands and thousands and thousands of voters, all the votes don't go to dustbin. Then tell me which partner the constitution where state say, when you remove this man from parliament, when they petition in election, automatically the person who can second na in win. It's not there. What you for do when you nullify that in the you pull the mandate, go do rerun elections. Like when they challenge, like when they 110. And like give you the latest news now, what constituency, the last speaker where they talk about the institutional constituency 110. The National Grand Commission, where the candidate, then you get a candidate who run the last one, and the Unity Party, where the chairperson and leader of UP Party, Unity Party, Madam Claudius Cole, when are also another serious critic on issues. You follow me?
Yes, sir.
Then contest.
Yes.
Where you get government official in the presence of the police. You get minister, then go broke ballot boxes. Violence then at the place. Instead of the National Electoral Commission nullify that particular polling station the way that incident they happened, they gave a blanket nullification of the entire result. And now, the then Chief Electoral Commissioner did that. He went on vacation and was replaced with a temporal one, and now they don't get permanent one. They don't call for the rerun or the by-elections for happening on the 12th of December. Guess what? Today, this evening, there has been a joint letter from the National Grand Commission and the Unity Party say they know they participate in that election day, and now they demand reforms for their cost where they spend on the voting, campaigning, the membership, the supporters, the election observers, and everything. Then plus the fee where they pay the nomination fee of 10 million, say make for refund them money there to them because there was no proper investigation. Because they looked at, then deprived them of their rights, and the right now political party. You follow me?
Yes, sir.
So
yes, sir.
let's salon people and let we put this situation as salon very, very, very serious. Let we not just look at normal and put the blame small to where happen. I know they deny say President Biden not get influence. Yes, he get her. And not to say, he not go say most of them tell what happen, so he know. Yes, he know. But waiting and they come back to the point where they try to make things. When you serve na this country in any capacity from the president to kind of, you are answerable to the people. And furthermore, let we not forget say, this 21st century, the centennial picking the way we get today. You know they hide information from them. That social media where they see that handset where they picking the one that their phone. Then they go Google, then they chat, they are well informed. And like the last speaker talk, we get for watch and a salon because we don't get the Middle East spring. And we don't get the African continent spring like where it don't be. We be in Nigeria right now. It don't be in Mali. Look at what has happened in Guinea. Look what's happening in Ivory Coast. And we have to be very, very careful.
Absolutely.
Especially the one where they government public offices, government employees, ministers, heads of agencies, commissions, and everything. Play it safe. Mother will respect you as president. I swear if you will do the right work, you will get trust and confidence in you. But when it comes for find out, say, I give you this job, and you betray me by not performing, that is undermining my administration because now the blame they go to. If you sack you or you get yourself into trouble, don't say, man, I don't protect me. So in as much as this advice is going to the president himself, to make it govern this country as the father, what he is saying in manifesto, let it go with her. Let it keep an eye also on the people in the way he appoints. Because it is clear from the way how they execute, how they perform, how they deliver, how they do their work. There is too much of politicization. They non-politicize the whole governance system, where there is no autonomy of these institutions that are supposed to be very much fair in executing their jobs, because they feel say they are answerable not to the people of Sierra Leone, but to the one who did them the job. And then people will not go there tomorrow for defending my brother and sister. They won't be there. Now the law, if the law finds you wanting, nothing not the way president you go do for you.
Before we go, sir, I want to
you have to write now.
Yes.
So, and that I just get for say as to relate them back to Kamarainba issue. Today na Kamarainba na NDD where he writes, then they take her from him.
Yeah.
But tomorrow if you be the next person, what you go get for say?
Absolutely. I want to give, before we go, I want to give some talk on the misconception about Mr. Mohamed Kamarainba MANSARAY. For the one they when they no go know am, where they go feel say na X, Y, and Z. What are some of the misconception we go and clear to it today?
Well, what I go on for clear is let people not judge Kamarainba. Say na so it be or not so it be. That's a pretty, na fear to them. Okay, try for one what it stand for, and the way if you look at him, look at Kamarainba as to how it relates to the society and what in our priorities as far as Religion is concerned. And sacrifice. He had a good job, just like me. I've been getting the agency that states. I sacrifice I can. If I want to go, I go. But I want to let people understand that Mfajikaba not to borrowed name. That's me. So if you want to relate me to the SLPP, you don't make mistake. You don't make mistake. But if I look and say, no, the papa and I know the SLPP. But what I already started stating in my life, I get right for making your assessment and judgment and see how I can do it. So same way Kamarainba, hey, look at Kamarainba as somebody, not to say when you then an opposition party. Khadija, that not mean say you hate the government. You can work with the government. And when you tell truth to power, you will help them for letting administer and govern better. Don't look at the negative say, oh, Kamarainba, hey, they oppose, oh, this and that. If they talk, they say that. Look the sense on what they talk and the issue where they address. Now, true or not true? You follow me? So then misconception in the way people in the ghetto say, oh, Kamarainba, you go do it. You can't believe some people will not make some ridiculous statement and say, hey, go Kamarainba, I not go pull this one panamo. You go do it with them that picking day. Well, I and Kamarainba live now the same house. Now you they work out with Kamarainba. Now you know what you do or what you not do. If you didn't get for do I say. In case is here, and let we not forget again. Kamarainba, whether I do and you not do. Well, I tell you something, Khadija. Take time from the time of the Civil War. Me and you two know we don't do research. And you now activist. You want tell me say the previous government and this government from where the war ended from Tijan Kaba in term, you know the amount of young girls, minors, where they abuse. Down at the villages, today as we talk, there you see during the campaign, I saw it firsthand. And up to now, when they crisscross the country, they go and hold pocket meetings. They try to identify people and concerns and everything like this country. You will see 12, 13-year-old today as I'm speaking. 14-year-old girl in Popo Peking, 9 Peking. As I'm speaking today.
So sad.
So what we need for do is instead of you vilify high-profile people, citizens, they unpick or selective alleged crime, people who don't commit crime or allegation of sex penetration. Look, occulting the way we for do, like when we start this discussion, right? Civil education. Educate the people then. If you work where you get now us, you get right to embody. If you work don't work, you don't cook, you don't popo pick, you don't clean pick, you don't do all the domestic work. You feel say na idler na you host, not to idler. You don't work, respect the way if you tell you say, hey, but man, attire. I swear you for fend water self, you put towel lay one water, you one man, say, mama, thank you. Yeah. Now force and say, hey, power for one, and what you make I marry you. You crest? We man and get for understand that. So equally so the woman educate the people. Let them understand that. Get the local communities, get the political parties with the largest constituency for let them involve in this sensitization process. Which brings me to another issue about the exclusion of political parties in the governance. If you get an inclusive government, not to say forgive people a political appointment, not to say forgive them ministerial appointment, not to ambassadorial appointment, but go thing and day. In fact, one time in February, we'll go get a meeting with the president and state house. We suggest to them say, let political parties and the president they get quarterly meeting. We can even come up with advisory note when I judge for the eyes of the president. We will recommend and suggest to them. Not to jobs we look for, but what you do, because democracy is fragile. Tijan Kaba came post-conflict, he had an inclusive government. Adija, you know that. We bring to Temu Bangura, the party card and others. He bring the card. Even you and PP, the Transformative Party, you have late Wine Komare, all serve under his government. You get Abu Iya Koroma, where you get your own party, late Pabu, former First Lady Sia Indadi, again, Minister of Political and Public Affairs. Then move from Tijan Kaba, you come to Anes Koroma, you get an inclusive government. We get PMDC and other people, appointments were given out. If even a sack. Now, one thing that tells you there has been a smooth transition post-conflict from Tijan Kaba to Anes, peaceful transition, right? And to this present government with this. But it is obvious. You go to the streets, everybody they cry, people they cry, the majority, not everybody. Take that word they back. But the majority of the people are suffering. And you know, we say damages we don't cause for decades. You go expect, say, government we can't today, go solve it today. No, a gradual process. But also you need to come in, don't work. We're good. Now let me continue. That culture of maintenance, whether in politics, whether in infrastructure and everything, or policies, where can I look and say, because my SL people don't count this policy, and they don't for this, no go, you erase them, you make a no. Now that thing they make other countries, then they don't strive, they don't develop like Europe, Western Europe, Eastern Europe, where they just come out from socialism, they don't go to market economy, they don't open up. Even in China. Communist. Now look at one of the strongest economies. Take America. Because what you do, you allow that political space not close and let the democracy thrive. Let the people enjoy. This is the only country where we get winners. So if people get that misconception about the way Kamarainba they go about things based on political affiliation and not looking at the issues we get to do with country in development and progress, is a very, very serious misconception and a very wrong approach as to how they assess and determine somebody. Whether you either like them or you not like them. But I feel say anybody where they talk for you, anybody where they try to fight for you, you therefore appreciate that person. Either they tell you true, like them, and either they can and lie for you and deceive you. Because tomorrow, where you go realize that that broadcast you go feel bad. And that's where I the feeling for President Barabio. I know they say a clean person. Adija, let the viewers or the listeners know misconstrue this whole thing or take and say no. No. But I just the talk say when mother did not in one grade they run the country. It get electing at them from BPT Kano. Una walk. Una not take una eye off the ball. Social media don't also distract. Any small thing where Adebayo talk, somebody go out for respond, then go do this. When Khadija they come with a program, Khadija has been objective. Huh? Prince, they are objective. They are looking at it. The service is one that they render to this country. They know the pay una, but people don't know the worth and the value of what you people are doing. By informing us, by educating us, by disseminating information, by trying to create that kind of a transparent and accountable process way for them a country, because you don't travel, we don't see our other countries. Then we compare with country now to even Gambia. Then we compare to Ghana. Those days, all these people from the Gambia, Ghana, Nigeria, and everything, now from the college and the Ghana, Salon in the Ghana, with secondary schools, we deal with them about home. From South Africa, Namibia, all these places, they may the Ghana Salon for Kanlandu, from primary school to secondary school to university. Now today, look, how from the college did. Is that not something that the government should focus on? They talk about free and quality education. In classrooms, they not get chairs. Some of them. If they go build new schools because you want to make political gains, political stuff, or this honorable don't go build school here. If fine for let you build school. But what you go do is, if not to that one, then the only school you run there your constituency, because your constituency big. Why you not go refurbish and help to provide materials for the existing school? Where did it? Why not? But because we want to get that good name, they say, hey, now Faji Kamarainba go build that school there and everywhere. Well, that school business when they talk about so. Let's they waste 15 villages, then they buy Lonsar to block of this school. Where no school not be there. Kamarainba I don't go build school. I don't go build school. They furnish them. And I tell you something. Because of the politics, today the Ministry of Education no agree for approve that school.
Yeah. Well, coincidentally, I talk about that prior to you coming in, where I be to do a monologue. Yeah, because now one of the things that we've been talking on with July 5th interview. Yeah, unfortunately, where I've been they still getting words of encouragement. Say, I believe say eventually they go do that because at the end of the day they contribute to the development of our nation. You know.
Yes, and what he said, or add to what you say, before this thing happened, me and to talk. I say, Chairman, he said, you know what? He said, this school business will not be for approval. He said, this September, he said, let's work on it. Then we start to pay the children.
Yeah.
Because not just the villagers, then they contribute after go tell thank you to the teacher. Now, 15 villages, no school. They go for work miles for going. In flagship, about free and quality education. That you work for embrace. It like you not good. But now we get them, we compliment the government, we support our small. Yeah, we say changes get for the adjustment, we do them. But if you don't do that one day, you wait in a parliament, you know they allocate funds, money know they come, teachers they need for months, they know they get their salary, you know they improve the schools there. You are when a dirty block, you don't make a cement, you bring bench and desk can. Look, then there's why they see on social media. Where some picking and then are grown, she don't have grown. I guess you saw that one coming. When then are grown, then they right.
Oh yes.
So they taught bench and waiting kind of classroom. About free quality education for 2 years now. We get that issue there. President Bill for beginning to think say, what is going on? What in a man and a woman the way they did at the government? What is going on? You see, I want let me take into consideration. We need for help. Irrespective whether na APC then a power SLPP or NGC or APC or UDP or PDP, no matter which party or 2-3 party they can inside. Now we responsibility as citizens of this country, we will not settle more. Not to pass you then a office, big office or whatever that way you go contribute meaningfully. we get for the talk, if not talk, self talk. Now if not talk, self talk, because what you do when you talk, sometimes it will reach to the age, then go say, propaganda don't carry sense, then go do something. But I'm telling you, as it is right now, if we as citizens don't help President Bill or govern this country, not to party business and they talk now, and they talk as a citizen of this country. If we not bring things to the attention of young people themselves and educate them, and because they can say we get 3 parties besides the ruling party in a parliament. If they know they do their work or serve the main purpose of the need as opposition, checks and balances, let we the people then come and do that. The reason why, because if things go bad, to go now with the suffer. If they're good, the praise they go to we all. But we go to the president and the government say, oh, now under President Bio, this thing happened. Oh, now under President Anes, this thing happened. Look like the roads. You can't take that from Anes Kuruma, the administration, no matter what you say. He work on the roads, he improve the electricity in the country, and some things and the way he do. Free medical for them, Umrah, them belly woman, and under 5 or whatever. He did that. President Bill don't come with a flagship, free quality education. Or protect women and right, empower women. That's a good. Hands off our girls. A good project with Rainbow Circle and all that in the center. Then they do fairly well. But let it not be selective justice. It will be justice for all.
Thank you so much.
Anti-corruption. Yes. Their institutions, the way involved in corruption. Let anti-corruption not cover them up. Because at the end of the day, these are the talk directly to the commissioner, then Kalfala for anti-corruption. Now, a very decent, bright young man will get featured in this country. Now, this one, where he also, where President Biogia, to go that they make a legacy, that they will make a name for tomorrow. But if people begin to question how you run this thing, some people they say a selective way, some people they look at saying a which on, some people say they go after this. Okay, if you focus to do your job. Me, when they get that appointment to Ben Kefala, when I begin to really perform Khadija, I was so impressed and happy. Even when ACC invite PLO Lumumba, I got an invitation as a leader of a political party from ACC for go witness that thing in a appeal theater of Probe College. I was there. I felt so proud. And when we get face-to-face meeting with Ben Kefala in office, a cross-section of political parties, majority of us, about corruption. You understand? I congratulated him and I tell him, I say, Kodus, will let you invite somebody like PLO Lumumba in this country who can address the issue of corruption. It is good, but the way how things don't go now is like within the administration itself, like free for all thing, nobody know they check nobody. They all now do what you want to do because the president don't put me in. Don't undermine the administration of any president or government that we have in this country when you are chosen, nominated, selected, or elected to serve the people of this country. Serve it well, serve it for justice, and play it safe.
Well stated.
Yeah.
Well stated. Well stated. We go get more session as well regarding this follow up for enlightening and updates the general public. I don't want only any longer. I believe so we don't exhaust so much time, and obviously it's late on your end too. So we go keep the public informed as to when we will meet next, whether it's tomorrow or another day. I want to take this opportunity for tell you plenty thank you for where you take time out of your busy schedule for honor the invitation today and give clarity to the audience. I want to go ahead and give you last statement before we call it quits.
Thank you very much, Madam Karija. Last statement of encouraging. more so where you as a woman to say I dey look down on women. No. I there for women are respected because the way you see done I ask. Short story about me. It are young and a rich man like TF Kabala. I'm born. My mama na be just an ordinary primary school teacher. Say he educate himself, say he go for the college. At 3 boys born. Single-handedly, we educate we all to the least master's level. And the last one, when I'm the last one, Dr. Santifi Kaba, where the lecture and dean, business and accounting within Unima. You understand me?
Yes, sir.
So for me, the respect I get for women. Therefore, I will look at and say, unless we able to transform this country, I appeal to the women and the youths now come on board. We are not left there. Let them know that political party just look at the women's wing of the party. No. Strive and compete with us. Because me na a case here. A good example say when woman and Timak is tie in Oja for you can be somebody. Papa, they say mama, in Tunodi. Let the woman they embrace and let them involve in this process. If they really want transformation for her, because now they picking in a trips where they go and sell, where they languish, where they sleep in the dark, where they don't get money to buy shoes, they don't get lunch money, they don't get transport. Then picking and they will see my trips to Khadija. That sell where they sell for that 5,000, I swear I need to keep people. Some of them for pay the school fee, feed their family, get the uniform and everything. You know, let the woman and the youths them. Not to incitement to now get for focus and be serious. Sacrifice. When you sacrifice, you feel pain in your body. Not to forget in that plan corner. Hey, why you body this and that. Because what you do, the system don't make me use, they don't lose hope. We don't fail the wisdom. We don't fail them completely. We young generation. We shouldn't shy from the truth. We don't fail the woman there. We don't fail the youth. So my message is you as an exemplary somebody, woman, where they fight for justice, where they talk on behalf of the people. We are continuing a good job and encourage the company woman and the youth them, irrespective of gender, man or woman or we are let them involved in this process. And I tell you something, by 2023, Khadija, you for know this say by 2023 election. You understand? The first time voters, plus the one way they write and way they don't vote this past 2023, then they get the majority of the votes. So now they for determine your future and their fate.
Absolutely.
But now, this past election, now the women, they're 51% of the population and the voters now women. So, una the woman, the way they give you the power, why una for she don't be and what we say, we know they do things. So, I tell you, plenty thank you. And at the prayer say, God will give you good health and give you, let you continue with this good work of fight for you people in our salon. And I thank all the viewers and all the way they know spare their time for letting them listen. Me and you to this discussion we don't get. Thank you very much.
Welcome, sir. Thank you so much. I appreciate you so much and the entire panel. Platform. I appreciate you too for your time. And like I stated, we will definitely follow up again on this matter for see how much in health improve, how much in human rights was how well they do in terms of improving on the
just 1 minute to what you say for Khadija. In fact, tomorrow we don't decide say we go see the director of prisons and this colonel where they say give this instruction. And let we try to find out why we not foresee the colleague. Let them give it allowance. They say we forget pass. Okay, we will go request for the pass, but we want no side directive they could say they not foresee the man. You want to tell you about insecurity concerns? How about me when I'm the deputy chairman and leader? How about other leaders of political parties? One for talk to them, or one for no thing happen. So sorry, I get for
no, that's great.
Yes.
Wonderful, no problem. That's very, very important. And it's the reason why we did this, because we want to make sure say he's okay, he's stable, and he's healthy, and he's well, and that medical care is given to him like any other citizen. This, regardless of his allegation, his human rights not for being taken away from him. I want to tell you plenty thank you again. I want to tell the entire chat room, we audience them plenty thank you for in a time when I take out of in a busy schedule for joining with today. We'll definitely go keeping her posted on the in total or the findings of this incident as they unfold. Madam Kunku, welcome. All right, until next time, this is Salon for All and Voice for All Network Television with a wish Mr.Mohamed Kamarainba MANSARAY the best of luck, and once again we will bring calm update to you as it unfold. Now God bless the Republic of Sierra Leone. God bless the Republic of Sierra Leone. God bless the Republic of Sierra Leone. God bless the United States of America. God bless United Kingdom and everywhere where Sierra Leonean find themselves. Until next time, once again, this is Salon for All, Voice for All, Network Television. I am your host, Khadija Tijan Nabi. Bye.
Famous. Listen something to the story, man, a long thing. No mention nothing, cause I want to see the right thing.